industrial geography. We will be particularly talking about Indian industries in this. And we had one class on agriculture remaining, but unfortunately, Saturday I had a lot of classes, a lot of commitments for the master stroke students. Also, their answers were not coming very good, so I wanted to work on that. So I decided to give them that time. So मैंने कहा आप लोग भी अपना weekend पे you will be able to consolidate what you have done. So one class on agriculture is remaining. We will do that. People who are new to this session, we are starting a new topic today, and this is called industrial geography or Indian industries. This will be a 3-session topic. I don't see too many questions coming from the static part of this, but I will be familiarizing you with the syllabus, with the kind of previous year's questions, and how do we approach them. We'll also look at, like what are the things that must be kept in mind when we are looking at the theoretical paradigms to score high in this. Okay? So just having a look at this, let us look at this. Any doubts? Good afternoon, sir. Due to high fever, could not attend the 3 live sessions. Okay. Please complete, and people who have missed it, please submit your assignments. Okay, so Mansi, please complete your backlog. So any new student, there is a pinned message that is your Telegram group. You can join this Telegram group, and there is a pinned message on that will tell you, if you are a beginner, how to get integrated into the course. People who are looking for the next course is coming in October. After sir, I am suffering from viral. Okay, submit them as soon as your health permits you. Okay, so Madhu is saying watching your recorded classes because I have to attend my GS offline classes. Perfect. So people who have their backlogs, please cover your backlogs. They unnecessarily eat into your confidence. I don't want anyone in the class to lose his or her confidence just because something is missing. And I'm so glad that most of you are conscious that whatever is missing, you're taking responsibility for that. That's amazing. So Vishal says, sir, I completed all my backlog as my subscription got suspended due to some technical glitch for 1 month. Now doing my assignments. Okay, Vishal, you can submit them. So all the students see, every year we get to see students who are trying to join courses after course and not able to meet the commitment of a course. So I'm so glad that you're working on it. जितना हो पाता है करिए और बहुत से students join करते हैं but in between the course for whatever reason they would miss out on that. I'm inviting you that you kept your confidence in this. बढ़िया से करते हैं. This is a very good time to complete your optional. So can new students join MMP? I have cleared the test 2023 in my first attempt. I just want to ask, the MMP 23 is for new student or old student? It is for all students, new as well as old. People who wrote the test, we have screened them and we are not taking any more entries till January in that. So I missed this week classes due to death in the family and I'm sick as well. Will complete the classes. Okay, Ayush, condolences to the family and I hope you recover fast. Naj says Khuller 2018 edition okay. I'm doing class on recording. Yes, Naj, Khuller 2018 edition is absolutely okay. Get that, everyone? Perfect. Any other doubts? Otherwise, I will start the topic of the day. I'll just have to upload the slide for a minute. Give me a minute. Whatever 2012 edition also okay. देखो ये बेटे दहेज वाली एडिशन क्यों यूज कर रहे हो? Yes. और अभी तक ओके में चल रहे हो. Everyone, have we completed most of Khuller by now? ये भी सोचा से 2012 की मेरे एक चचा हुआ करते थे, वो यूपीएससी दे रहे थे, सर मैं ले लूं या नहीं ले लूं. Everyone tell me honestly. People who've been reading this book, they know कि भाई वो हो चुका है, तो उसमें टेंशन मत लो. Yes or no? After attending lectures and reading those on Telegram articles in Indian agriculture, the linkage between green revolution, public procurement, PDS, food security has become clear. Thank you for the insights. So this is what Arif is saying, and I am saying that everyone who's reading Fuller or who's attending the classes, think and link हो रहा है, तो आपको साफ दिख जाएगा कि Fuller में तो बहुत limited चीजें हैं. Fuller is just the textbook of it. तो ये hypothetical question पूछना बंद करें बेटा. Come into action. ये intention में कब वो आएगी, कभी मैं उसको बोलूंगा कुछ, बोल डालो. समय आ गया है. Get that? So ये से दुखी मत हो जाओ. So 2012 भी चल जाएगी. बताओ. So where is the file? Just let me upload this. So first thing first, we are going to look at the syllabus, and we are also going to look at the PYQs. So we are starting with Indian industries. First 5 to 7 minutes are your doubts, and yes, I will be asking you some answer writing also, but not from today, maybe from tomorrow. So first is evolution of industries. Just an overview कि कहाँ से आई industry. History not important from exam point of view. Okay? So I'll have a brief discussion on evolution of industries. Then this is very important, locational factor of which industries: cotton, jute, textile, iron, steel, aluminium, fertilizer, chemical, pharma, auto, cottage, agro-based industries. Now this is going to be one area where there's a lot of information, a lot of data, and I don't see all of them important, but definitely I would like to discuss mainly 2 of them, iron and steel and cotton. और उसके बाद बाकी जो होंगी उनको we will be using one by one. We will look at some of them, we will apply certain techniques which will help us, and I would like to give out handouts for these industries. Get that? We will see the connections, we will see the things which will make it smart for us to learn, which can apply across. So we will do that, and in this are handouts. Then we have industrial houses and complexes, including PSU. So India में जो industrial houses हो गए हैं, वो क्या हैं? We will be talking about that, and they have also turned into industrial regions. So we'll be looking at that. Everyone, is the audio video fine? Then we will also look at the new industrial policies. Okay, thank you for confirming. So are there, please refresh. Multinationals, liberalization, SEZ, tourism, and ecotourism. Everyone, can we see that this area has a serious overlap with GS economy? And economic survey will be a good document. Economic survey and budget will be a good input to connect that. Yes, no? Industrial regions, how they are doing, industrial policy, what is the industrial policy? Say, for example, we talk about an industrial policy immediately after independence. So we had the Nehru Melanobis model, then it came as Rao Manmohan model, and then the model which this present government is choosing. So when we are talking about industrial policies, so what are the ideas of manufacturing to different governments? What were the different paradigms? So ये सब change हुआ है, ये historically भी है. So this is a lot to do with economy also. So economy will help you get the data. And whenever you're writing this examination, make sure that year's developments in the economic survey and budget also start showing in your answer. Is everyone okay? It will be a very good idea to have that. Is everyone okay? Now, on the face of it, the syllabus looks quite challenging. Let's look at the questions. So every new topic when I start, I bring the syllabus and then the questions. So first the syllabus, we have heard of it, some history of it, and then what we will go into, we will look at this also, that what kind of industries are there, popular industries which are there, what are the strengths, what are the weaknesses. We will also have a look at that. And then we will have something from GS economy, which will also come, but I would look at geography. We'll look at it from which point of view? From a spatial point of view. Is everyone okay? So we will look at it from a spatial point of view. GS economy will look at it from the data point of view, data analysis. So we will borrow from them, don't worry on that. Let's look at the PYQs. So location and distribution. So 2017, steel plants can act as an instrument of decentralization of iron and steel industry. And here the adjective they have put is mini steel plant. So setting up an iron and steel industry is a big challenge. And it can be generally set up where there is raw material, because it is raw material, its raw material is weight losing. Yes, sir? Raw material is weight losing. So if we have to decentralize it, then what is possible? So mini steel plant, that was the talk of the town 2017. That is why they asked this question. Bokaro iron and steel plant is an example of industrial complex. So idea is that it is an iron and steel plant. But as we can see in our syllabus, those plants are turning so big that they become what? Industrial complex. If you ask me, if you go to these big refineries, say for example, this Sikka Salaya Jamnagar refinery, if you go for this thing, Reliance India Limited, you will find that it has turned into an industrial complex. Yes, so it is not just one industry, but associated industries also start coming in, and that turns into an industrial complex. So this is what they are talking to us. Is there any book of economic survey, sir? देखो विश्वनाथ को चाहिए इकोनॉमिक सर्वे की कोई बुक होती है तो भाई खरीद सकते हो, प्रकाशन विभाग से खरीद सकते हो. इकोनॉमिक सर्वे सरकार की वेबसाइट पे भी उपलब्ध होता है. सर इकोनॉमिक सर्वे की कोई बुक है, जल्दी से बताइए. सोचिए अभी तक हमें ये नहीं पता, हम ये पूछ रहे हैं कि खुल्लर कौन सी लेनी है, 12 की लेनी है, 13 या 14 की. बेटा इकोनॉमिक सर्वे एंड बजट डॉक्यूमेंट दे आर ऑल अवेलेबल. थोड़ा इंटरनेट ऐसी चीजों के लिए भी देखो, ठीक है सर. इसके लिए कोई बुक आती है? हाँ, इसके लिए पीडीएफ आता है, कोचिंग वाले बहुत छापते हैं. सो द फनी पार्ट इज कि इकोनॉमिक सर्वे एंड बजट डॉक्यूमेंट रिलीज हो जाता है, गवर्नमेंट की साइट पर मिल जाएगा. अभी नेट पे सर्च करो इकोनॉमिक सर्वे, मिल जाएगा. चलिए, लेट्स नॉट डिटोर द क्लास बाय दीस क्वेश्चंस. नेक्स्ट इज कॉटन इंडस्ट्री. सो ये तो हुआ इंडस्ट्रियल लोकेशन, आयरन एंड स्टील की बात है. उसी तरह से कॉटन इंडस्ट्री आ सकता है, फर्टिलाइजर इंडस्ट्री कैन कम, पेपर इंडस्ट्री कैन कम. यस नो? So we can very well be there on that. 2016, analyze the location, distribution pattern and problem of. So analyze the location, distribution pattern, why it is distributed the way it is distributed, and the problems. Is everyone okay? Describe the problems of agro-based industries in general and cotton textile in particular. Remember, we have a syllabus, agro-based industries as well as cotton textile. Or we have agro-based industry that comes to your mind quickly? Everyone? Apiculture, jute as a fiber, sugar industry, paper industry. Paper में भी जाता है agro waste. भैया से can it go or not? Food processing, perfect. So everyone ये question आता है कि what is agro based industries, कहाँ जाना है, तो you are understanding what is it. So that's going to come. Fertilizer industry, bring out the trend of development of fertilizer industry. I want to show you this. 1998 में है, बहुत पहले. You will find these questions are not very common. Industry के questions बहुत common नहीं आते. 4 or 5 years में they will repeat once. Get that? Agro based industries, why traditional crafts industries in India are on the decline. Identify spatial pattern of agro-based industry and analyze the potential of Malwa in the agro-based. So एक बार उन्होंने बिहार का पूछा, agro-based industry potential in Bihar. Now they are asking Malwa. Can you see our question is also not economics. Our question is very spatial. Is everyone okay? I just want you to look at it the way the examiner asks us the question. Also, there is an overlap, but he will say, give us the spatial pattern. बार बार ये word आएगा spatial pattern, and he'll also tell us the reason. How many tourism in hilly areas of India? How many नहीं होगा, how may tourism in hilly areas of India be developed as an important source of economy? अब ये देखो, कह तो दिया economy, true or not? But question has been asked in geography optional. What approach will we take? Again, we will have to be spatial. Will we be spatial or not? Is everyone first of all understanding what do I mean by spatial? Are you with me on this, everyone? Perfect. तो ये word आपके साथ रहना चाहिए geography के लिए. Industrial policy. Now, as I said, there will be overlap. So explain the new industrial policies in India. What is the desired possible change in our trade policy to promote development of cottage industry? Explain the role of multinationals and globalization in industry. Discuss the problem of realization of benefits of globalization in industry. अभी बताइए कि in this area do we need the inputs of GS economics? So I'm very, very clear right in the beginning, why is it that certain smart students who have cleared this examination before, as I often quote this boy, Ajay Jain, when he says, sir, I'm able to revise paper 2 in 6 hours. Paper 2 in 6 hours. I said, how? He said, most of it is related to GS. Since my GS is very well prepared in the first weekend, and I want to tell you the mains examination is spread across 2 weekends. So Saturday, Sunday mains happens, and GS happens, and next Saturday, Sunday is your optional going to happen. So he says, by that time, our GS is so good, I'm able to just connect and think and link. So I want that capacity building to happen in these classes. If you're able to do that, things will be amazing. Name the major industrial regions of India, indicating the base of their identification. So when you are talking about major industrial region, what is the basis of those? On what basis are these industrial regions created? We'll look at that, highlight their problems also. Distribution pattern. Again, distribution pattern, can I say spatial? India does not provide requisite basis for division of country into distinct industrial regions. So जिस तरह से industry divided है, it is so random and it is so like haphazard that it is not easy to divide India into industrial regions. Let's go elaborate करना. We will look at that also. Location of thermal power plants and coal fields in India are not mutually conducive. So ऐसा नहीं है कि thermal power plants are very much connected to coal fields. Identifying the main industrial cluster and account for their development. Can you see one question? एक बार 14 में आ जाएगा कुछ, तो उसके बाद that area won't be repeated. Most of the time that area is not repeated for 4, 5, 6 years. So this is the trend. I do not consider this area as a high frequency question in this, and generally I have seen many students, because we get a choice in the main examination, are at times even able to eliminate. If you ask me personally, I would say this is a very good question because आप GS का बहुत use कर सकते हैं. Do we get that? You can use a lot of things from GS, but there is a catch. There is a rider. When we are talking of GS generally operates at surface. It is more dimensions. Yes, less depth. So what happens is, where there is a trap in this, answers look too general, and when the answers are too general, Our scoring takes a hit. Is everyone with me on this? So how to make the answers geographical? How to make the answers geographical? Number one, make them spatial. Where? How can we make them spatial? We can give a map. We can give spatial examples. And we can give case studies. I hope you people are making your notes. पहले ही at the start of it, industry, एक तो ये टॉपिक है, दूसरा टॉपिक is trade and transport. Industry, trade and transport, they have a very big overlap with GS. So first of all, make your answer spatial. Second is theoretical grounding. So what is this? See in the light of geographical theories. See the same topic in the light of geographical theories. Here you will use the names of the thinkers or geographers, unke models of theories ko use karna. Is everyone with me on this? So right in the beginning, it's been 20 minutes, 25 minutes that I've talked about this. First part of this class for 25 minutes is we have familiarized ourselves with the syllabus. We've known the syllabus, and we are saying since the syllabus has a lot of GS overlap, there is a chance that your answer will become too general. If you are writing it to the level of optional, I would suppose that you will use these two things. ये दो चीजें आपको क्या करेंगी? ये आपके आंसर को क्या बनाएगा? This will make your answer specific. And what will this do? This will give your answer the jargon. Subject का जो jargon होता है, subject की vocabulary, वो मिल जाएगा. Everyone clear? I want my instructions to be very, very clear so that you are clear on that. Is everyone okay? Yes. Any questions on this? Then I'll go to the second part of it. Perfect. So let me move to the second part of it. Good afternoon, sir. After so long, I could be able to attend class due to health issues. Too much backlog. We'll cover with live classes. Perfect. Welcome to the class. And I would say these health issues are coming in the way of many students, especially people who are writing mails. And these are very big cause of concern because these are not the times that I expect them to fall ill. You people are also facing many health issues. Try to overcome them as much as possible. Be strong in body and mind. And I wish you quick recovery. Chale. Now, everyone, first is I want to ask you, what is the significance of industries? What is the significance of industries? Quickly. So important. Are industries important? And if yes, why? Contribution to GDP. Okay, perfect. Contribution to GDP. GDP, employment, resource utilization, export, development, growth and development, regional growth, economy, foreign currency, purchasing power. ये सॉफ्ट पावर वाला मुझे फंडा नहीं समझ में आया, बट ठीक है. इनोवेशन, डिमांड एंड सप्लाई, वो तो मार्केट से है, बट ठीक है. Perfect. Everyone, thank you. So industries are significant. And I would rate them as one of the stages of human evolution. Can I say industrial development? Industrial development is one of the stages of human development. Yes. So if I'm looking at human beings, we started with hunters and gatherers. There also we were innovating. Yes or no? What were we innovating? In making tools, flaked tools, glazed tools. बनाए हमने tools बनाए. Do you think we were able to create a simple lever? बना लिया था. Wheel and all those things. हम लोगों ने कुछ metallurgy भी किया. Yes sir. So we first started with agriculture, and we were using all these for agricultural improvement. So agri implements were there. We were using them. कि अच्छी बात है. Agriculture better होना चाहिए. True or not? We kept on doing. Agriculture was giving us a lot of surplus food. When we had surplus food, we had the safety and security, and we also had time. Yes sir. Can I say hunter and gatherers? No surplus. Hunters and gatherers, no surplus, but agriculture is surplus. Do you get that? What is the quest of an animal? What is the quest of an animal? Quest of an animal is find food without becoming someone else's food. True or not? Find food without becoming someone else's food. That is the quest of an animal. So we were living an unsettled life like an animal as hunters and gatherers. But as we turned into agriculture, did we go for settled life? And in settled life, we had an amazing thing. Agriculture was able to produce more than what we can eat. Moment we are able to produce surplus food, now what will happen, everyone? So abhi tak kya tha? The intention was find food without being eaten or without becoming someone else's food. Now what is the thing? Go beyond food. Go beyond food. Yes, we can diversify. True or not? Same is saying small services. What do you mean by small services? मैं तो सिर्फ एक बात ये कह रहा हूँ कि what is par excellence for a computer? Par excellence मतलब what is the best thing for a computer? What is best in a computer? What computer would you call as the best computer? नहीं, अगर स्टोरेज होता ना तो हार्ड ड्राइव ही सब कर लेती, सीपीयू होता है, ये सुनो। तो हार्ड डिस्क जितनी मिलती है ना, लोग कंप्यूटर फेंक देते, हार्ड डिस्क करने लगते। ट्रू और नॉट? What is par excellence for a cheetah? चीता आ रहा है, आज मैंने शेयर किया था। चीता के लिए par excellence is speed. Speed or not? Par excellence is speed. What is par excellence for computer? For computer, it was processor. For cheetah, it is speed. What is par excellence for human? Brain, mind, think. True or not? Brain, mind, think, wisdom. Is everyone okay with that? But Deveti was not well. So I get a message that I was not able to attend the class. If your body is not healthy, will you get the ideas? Will you be thinking? Not possible. You don't have food security. You don't have food security. Would you have time to think? So people who are daily looking for water in the drought-prone areas where they are looking for water, collecting water, do they have time to think? People who are just earning their livelihood, 100 rupees, 200 rupees a day, and they have a family to rear up, do they have time to think? They do think. They do think of what? Their next meal. Their survival. Yes or no? ये लोग क्या सोचते हैं? Survival के बारे में सोच रहे हैं. Will I survive or not? So, did this person have the luxury to think and philosophize? No, absolutely not. But here you have surplus food. Here you have surplus food. तो अब आप क्या करेंगे? You can think. And the moment you're thinking, you realize that our agriculture needs improvement. True or not? Come on, this is very inefficient. I have a better way of doing it. Yes or no? Everyone tell me, quality can be added only when the quantity is there. So many times when I ask you to write answers, most of you are afraid, लिखूंगा क्या? So I'm not interested in how we will write structure and all those things. My question is, what to write? Yes or no? That's a big challenge. So there is a day worker in a factory and there is factory malik. Both of them are having dinner. The factory worker spent the whole day in the factory working, and he just got amount sufficient enough to meet his food need. Yes. And he's wondering, today I'm having food, and tomorrow they were saying that factory mein hartal ho rahi, there is going to be a strike. If the factory does not open up tomorrow, then how will I get the food? Yes or no? His quest is limited to what? Food. And here is this fellow, the malik of the factory. What is he thinking? That I have been running this factory. I've been running this factory for long, and I see that there is going to be a factory shutdown, and let me find out that what can be done to avoid this shutdown. Yes or no? Or if this shutdown cannot be avoided, how can I continue my business? Are the two people thinking very differently or not? Yes or no? True. So I'm saying, who has more time, who has more ability to think? The person who has evolved. Yes, this को basic needs से पार हो गया वो. So I'm saying, as we have evolved, we started thinking. First, we started working on agriculture, and then we innovated, and around 1750s, we had something which is called as industrial revolution. Yes, क्या हो गया यहाँ पर? Steam engine पता चल गया हमको. Heard of development of steam engine? And two industries which come first are steel manufacturing सीख लिया हमने, and cotton textile. But was there no industry before this? There were industries before IR also. बट दीज इंडस्ट्रीज जो इसके बाद हुई है, इनको हम क्या बोलते हैं? मॉडर्न मैन्युफैक्चरिंग industries. Is everyone okay? After industrial revolution, which happened in UK, which went to Europe, from Europe it went to Japan, from Japan and from Europe it also went to North America, Australia. This is what we are talking about, and that also came to the colonies. That also came to the colonies. These are modern, but क्या उससे पहले industry थी? India में, do you remember a rich tradition of silk industry, cotton textile, jute textile? ये तो हमेशा ही इंडिया में था. Yes, agri implementation, or not implementation, sorry, agri implements, was it there? We were looking at all those things. So industry to hoga, agriculture se related, some transport related, not motor engine was not there, but transport related industries will be there or not? So we had industries, and India, you know, was also have a history of, India has a big history of trading. So transport related में हम क्या कर रहे थे? एक तो बुलक कार्ट बनेगी, but in the coastal areas, did we have boats and ships? Yes or no? You heard of that port, Lothal? So trading था, navigation के tradition भी थे. Yes, we were into weaving and craft work on textile. Yes or no? ढाका का मसलिन हो गया, हमारा सिल्क हो गया, and so many things that we were doing that. Yes or no? Spices were also there. True. So we were into many things, ornaments definitely. We were into gems and jewelry. So jewelry तब भी बन रहा था. So those were the things. But when we are talking about modern industries, I would say that 1750s, when the Britishers also came India trading. So Indian industry was already there. We were into weaving, we were into gold or metallurgy, we were into boat making, ship making, other things were there. And even I would say armaments also. We were also making our own level of armament. You've heard of sword making and all those things. But then the fact is, the modern industry which comes here, this is what we are interested in. Is everyone okay? Can I say this is the brainchild of man? Can I say this is a result of innovation? This is a result of scientific development. Yes, sir? I will not get into the debate that the Britishers got it first, because some of you would have heard, before these Wright brothers were doing anything, or before Edison was talking about bulb, or Marconi was talking about radio telecommunication, Indians already knew it in the times of Mahabharata. I'm not getting into that. But the fact is, I am saying that India had a very well developed sense of industrial production. Pujari is saying India at that time was 23% exporter globally. ये देखो कितना बढ़िया लिखा है, 23% जो है हम एक्सपोर्ट कर रहे थे वर्ल्ड का. ठीक है, कोई सोर्स है इसका? आज आपने देखा था एक ग्रुप पर कोई पूछ रहा था कितना है डॉक्टर रेशियो 1:8.5 दिस थिंग समथिंग और 8:3. गाइस आई हैव प्रॉब्लम, मुझे डेटा जरा क्लियर कर दो. तो पुजारी ये 23% कहां से आया है? 23% वी वर एक्सपोर्टिंग 23%, और अभी इंडिया इज एक्सपोर्टिंग लेस देन 2%. सो आई थिंक गोरों की गलती है. पुजारी बोला रेड समवेयर, वही समवेयर पे ही प्रकाश डलवा देते हम. समवेयर तो ठीक है, आजकल क्या किताबें पढ़ दो पता चलेगा. रेड समवेयर क्योंकि लिखोगे भी तो, जैसे लिखोगे भी तो 23% जो है वर्ल्ड का एक्सपोर्ट इंडिया से आ रहा था. और वर्ल्ड कितना बड़ा था तब, अगर मैं आपसे पूछूं तो? नो, दैट्स अ वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग थिंग. हाउ मच वाज द वर्ल्ड? बिकॉज़ नॉर्थ अमेरिका, साउथ अमेरिका वर नॉट अ पार्ट ऑफ ट्रेडिंग एट दैट टाइम. अनएक्सप्लोर्ड थे. हो सकता है उधर भी कुछ हो रहा, पॉसिबल हो ना. मंदिर तो वहां भी निकले. जब पुजारी पढ़ी रहे हैं तो पूरा पढ़ लो. ऐसे ना, डिड वी नॉट फाइंड मंदिर इन साउथ अमेरिका? कभी भी क्लेम हो सकता है. तो ये जितने भी लेफ्ट ब्रेनर्स यहाँ बैठे क्या कर सकते हैं? अभी क्वेश्चन है नहीं, पर किसी ने क्वेश्चन डाला, व्हाट इज ड्रमलिन एंड एस्कर? ठीक है, लगे हाथ अनअकैडमी पे क्लास चली रही है. व्हाट डज इट मैटर वेदर वी आर डूइंग इंडियन ज्योग्राफी और नो ज्योग्राफी? लेट मी आस्क हिम व्हाट इज ड्रमलिन एंड एस्कर. ऐसे क्वेश्चन में डाल दिया. 23% मत ले लेना भाई, जब तक आपके पास वैलिड ग्राउंड ना हो, वरना फिर वही आ जाएगा कि पुष्पक विमान तो पहले ही था. ठीक है, ये दुष्यंत आंसर कर रहा है क्योंकि कंकन को पता है, हो सकता है इसी बात पे आ जाएगा. आपको बहुत पता है, पर्सनल मैसेज डीएम कर. everyone, when we are going to answer this significance of industries, I think we must understand that with time what has happened is that human beings have evolved and they have taken on a lot of innovation, a lot of scientific development, and it happened across all parts of the world, because human beings, as I said, that their mental faculties are strong enough. वो कई चीजें सोचने पे मजबूर करेगा, and we will get to know. There are many people who would look outward and they would find solutions outward. Industry, yes, there will be some people who will be looking inside also. Spirituality can also be there. Yes, so science and spirituality. So multiple things have happened. I'm not getting into that. I'm just saying that whatever significance you are talking about, I think that human beings, their quality of life has improved over a period of time of evolution, with the availability of more goods and services. And industries have been a mechanism to improve this. Yes or no? To improve more goods and services. And it has come with its own problems. ऐसा नहीं है कि सिर्फ solution नहीं लेकर आया. It has come with its problems also. So that's why I always say that the development which has come, the development has come with a lot of degeneration also. Is everyone okay? Is everyone okay? The development comes with a lot of degeneration. So what we are looking at is industry was one tool, a healthy tool, which will bring regional development, foreign currency, economy, purchasing power, employment, demand and supply. You're all looking only at economic part of it. Look at the socio-cultural upliftment, as I told you, the goods and services, the comforts that you are getting at home. All this can be attributed to industry and industrial development. Is everyone with me on this? If any questions, please ask me. Then we'll go into a theory. Perfect. So this was just some idea about industries that we have talked of and where industries have come. That's also we are looking at. Now, as I said, our question is not about, we are not historians. Are we historians? We are not cataloging it. We are not scientists. So I need not know what is the process of metallurgy. I'm not into that also. And we are neither economists. We are geographers. I want to do a spatial analysis of industry. My question is where? So for that, I am giving you a common question, which I generally give to every class, that you are an NRI who has access to all funds, all capital, all technology. And you were planning to set up an industry in India. And though, first of all, you thought that you will set it up in US because you were staying in US. But then you heard Modi ji calling out that make in India. You thought that let me be patriotic also. मैं अपने देश में लगाऊं. So where would you set up the industry? That is my question. So first of all, I want nobody to write the industry. You just write it somewhere on the page, which industry you would want to set up hypothetically if you are an NRI who has all access to all the information money needed. तो जल्दी से बताइए मुझे, कहीं पर लिख लीजिए. Please write down somewhere. Where would you set up that industry? पहले तो क्या industry है? Second, where would you set up that industry? So I just wanted what industry. What industry you don't have to write here. You just keep it on your paper, on your notebook. I don't want any declaration. Is everyone okay? You keep the industry with you, industry in your mind. Industry in your mind. Okay? Now my question is, how many of you would want to set up that industry in Ladakh? Ladakh, anyone? No, most of you would not set it up in Ladakh. Okay, how many of you would want to set it up in Bikaner? Bikaner. Mostly that's not the idea you would want to. How many of you want to set it up in the Bastar Naxal hit area? Bastar Naxal hit area? No, sir, I would not want to go over there. Okay. How many of you thinking somebody wrote that, Jharkhand and Chhattisgarh mineral rich area? You're looking at that? Okay. How many of you want to set it up in Bihar? Bihar mein lagayenge? Bihar mein? No. Nagaland? Nagaland as a state? Nagaland? Not Nagaland. Okay. Karnataka? Karnataka? Karnataka has turned into yes. Gujarat? Gujarat? So there might be some people who may not agree with what the group is saying. I'm just saying that. But I just wanted to tell you that, there will be some places where everyone is saying yes and everyone is saying. So Gaurav, did I ask you what is suitable in Gujarat? You are writing textile. I did not ask you. I am saying I have given you a question. You have to decide an industry, commit कर लो. ऐसा नहीं कि चारों हीरोइन पसंद है, मिलनी कोई नहीं है तुम्हें. एक commit कर लो. Everyone, please commit an industry. If you've chosen textile, then keep it textile, Gaurav. Get it? Whosoever, अपनी industry committed रहो. Be committed that I am going to do that. Get it? Everyone. For a minute, I want you to live the life of that industrialist for 1 minute and think about that there might be a loss to you. There is a big chance of your industry failing. Is everyone with me? There's a very, very big chance that your industry will fail. You are afraid of that. Can you think of, don't write it. Can you think of possible reasons why it can fail in India? Don't write it. Why the industry can fail in India? Perfect. Everyone. Now, you don't want the industry to fail. And now you've committed. You've already committed. Now you cannot go back also. One is you say, sorry, galti ho gaya, I'm not setting up an industry. But now you committed, you can't say no now. The only option you have is You can select where you will set up the industry. You have to set it up in India. Now you want to minimize your losses and maximize your gains. True. You're going to choose a location. Now, choice of that location will put some factors in your mind. What are the factors for localization of industries? Quickly. Now, your sheet, I want you to think of 15 factors. Before that, don't type. Factors responsible for location of industries, whatever comes to your mind. Quickly think about them. Okay, everyone, let's see what points you have. What points you have? What points you have? डिमांड 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 तो इंडिया में देखेंगे आप, तो मेरे ख्याल से आप देखेंगे मार्केट कहाँ है. Will you choose the market? Yes. Will you also look at transport and communication logistics? होना चाहिए वहां पर. Can I say you were not selecting Nagaland because of this? Infrastructure होना चाहिए. Infrastructure, what is it? Land, construction, building, godowns. Yes, perfect. So workers होने चाहिए वहां पर. Labor should also be there. So there should be raw material ना. सबसे पहले raw material तो आपने किया नहीं सर. Raw material is needed. Raw material should also be there. So raw material is what? Raw material is land, water, air, mineral, soil, etc. So there should be power, energy. Okay. Sir, I think relief and topography will matter. Sir. I cannot open anywhere. Nagaland, not possible, sir. I'm also looking at climate, sir. Climate, I'm looking at moderate and conducive climate. Yes. Somebody saying cost. Okay, I must have the capital, adequate capital investment. If I have less capital, then that's a problem. So capital है तो capital मुझे अगर खुद से नहीं मिलती, कहाँ से मिलेगी? बैंक से मिलेगी. बैंक से नहीं मिलेगी, शेयर मार्केट से मिलेगी. I can bring an IPO. Yes or no? Or can I have some insurance? और मिल गया तो insurance भी होना चाहिए. So financial institutions होने चाहिए. So government policy होगी तो अच्छा है. Government policy. I am coming here to India because Modi ji said make in India. So conducive, positive or negative. So places where the government policy is negative, वहाँ पर क्या होगा? Deindustrialization will happen. लोग जाने लगेंगे. सर उसके अलावा मुझे लगता है इंफ्रा हो गया. सोशियो कल्चरल भी तो है सर. What people prefer? Socio cultural. Sir, at times environmental clearance, some industries are not allowed to participate. Can it also be disaster proneness? Aman is saying stability security. Beta stability security की बात कर रहा हूँ. तो stability security. Okay, everyone, now stop typing. Look at these points. How many points are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Now, whatever you are saying, if it is here, then don't write it. Say, for example, Puneet says near coastline for export. Is everyone okay? What is he talking about? Which point is Puneet talking about? Transport and communication. Port, airport is transport. Terrorist, somebody said terrorist. Government policy. Afghanistan में terrorist operate करता है. That is the state government policy. Yes or no? Possible or not? So that's what we are talking about. अच्छा ठीक है, और बताओ. What else? स्टोरेज कोई बताए पुनीत को कहां पर आएगा? स्टोरेज कहां पर आ रहा है? पेरिशेबिलिटी से क्या होता है? वो तो रॉ मटेरियल ही है ना. रॉ मटेरियल विल डिपेंड. यस. स्किल्ड वर्कर, जब लेबर आ गया तो उसमें कोई अलग है. व्हाई प्रियंक इज राइटिंग सेपरेट? आई डोंट अंडरस्टैंड. स्किल्ड वर्कर एंड व्हाई स्किल एंड चीप आल्सो. लोकेशन एंड बैंक फैसिलिटी. पूर्वी यहाँ पर देखकर बताओ. अब एवरीवन प्लीज डू नॉट टाइप इट. कैन वी सी बैंक फैसिलिटी आ चुका है? कैन वी सी बैंक फैसिलिटी हैज ऑलरेडी कम. 14th is technology. You want to set up something related to IT? Will you set it up in Rajasthan, Bihar, or in Bangalore, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka belt? तो वो भी होगा या नहीं होगा? True. तो फैक्टर तो है यार. We will depend on urban area में लेके जाएंगे, बिल्कुल ठीक है. So आपको फार्मा ओपन करना है, फार्मास्यूटिकल. You might go to some place where, say for example, you want to go to Ayurvedic, तो इधर उत्तराखंड, हिमाचल की तरफ जाएंगे. But if you're looking at allopathic, you will look for skilled manpower. Yes or no? Probably university के पास. True. Yes or no? So this is what I want everyone to think about. ऐसे जल्दबाजी नहीं करेंगे. Anything else which you feel is going to decide the industry's location. 14 are there. 15 मांगा था. 15 go. I think globalization is also changing things. Yes or no? Is globalization changing things? Because of globalization, we see industries coming and they are looking for industries. Say, for example, certain industries which are undesirable, which have huge ecological cost. वो इधर आ जाएगा. पुनीत बेटा आप बिल्कुल नहीं देख रहे हो. तब से आप गलत डाल रहे हो. तो थोड़ा सा ध्यान दो ना. स्क्रीन पे देखो, मेजेंटा कलर में लिखा है टेक्नोलॉजी, जिसको आप R&D कह रहे हो. सो काफी देर से बता रहा हूँ पुनीत, अब थोड़ा ध्यान देकर लिखो बेटा. थोड़ा सा क्लास में भी हो जाओ. सो वी लुकिंग एट ग्लोबलाइजेशन इज आल्सो. पुनीत सुन रहे हो? तुम्ही से बात कर रहा हूँ पुनीत. ये इन मार्केटिंग यहां नहीं आएगा क्या? क्या लिया है? क्लास से पहले कुछ लिया है? Are you listening to me, Puneet? I told you R&D is already there. Then you go in marketing. और क्या करना चाहते हो बताओ? ये देखो नया सर R&D इन मार्केटिंग. तो वही मैं कह रहा हूं, जब लेते हैं ना तो मिलाते नहीं है दो चीज को, और ज्यादा चढ़ता है. ये बैठ के बहुत सही है सर. R&D इन मार्केटिंग. तो ये सुना आपने? R&D इन मार्केटिंग बहुत सही है. ऐसे नहीं कर सकते सर. ट्रांसपोर्ट इन मार्केटिंग. सर ग्लोबलाइजेशन इन मार्केटिंग कैसा रहेगा? यस. आम का अचार इन मार्केटिंग. ट्रू. क्यों नहीं हो सकता? हरघर तिरंगा इन मार्केटिंग हो सकता है. अपने पॉइंट से इतनी मोहब्बत हो जाती है हमें. सर मेरा वाला पॉइंट मत छोड़ो. क्या बताएगा? सो बेटा इसलिए रिक्वेस्ट कर रहे हैं, थोड़ा सा मैच्योरिटी लेकर आए. हैव अ लुक एट दीस पॉइंट्स. दीस पॉइंट्स आर प्रीटी इंक्लूसिव. दैट्स माय इंटेंशन. अपने ही में सोच रहे हैं एक पॉइंट तो ऐसा आएगा ना बच्चे, वेयर वी विल फाइंड दैट व्हाटएवर आवर पॉइंट्स आर, दे विल समवेयर बी इंक्लूडेड इन दिस. सो वो करिए. डू नॉट बी इन दिस मैड रश ऑफ पॉइंट्स. एंड आई डोंट नो आप नए आए हैं या पहले क्लासेस कर रहे हैं. एज आई टोल्ड यू, पॉइंट्स आर इनफाइनाइट. It will turn into madness. I want my students not to turn towards madness. I want them to turn towards method in madness. Method is, अब आपको पॉइंट दिख रहा तो हो गया. अब मार्केटिंग आप कैसे कर रहे हो, उस मार्केटिंग को जो भी आप कर रहे हैं करिए. ठीक है. सो दैट्स व्हाट वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट. मार्केट हो गया, मार्केटिंग हो गया, और क्या लगाना है यहाँ पर? ग्लोबलाइजेशन वी वर टॉकिंग अबाउट. सर ईज ऑफ डूइंग बिजनेस. बेटा देखो तो सही, ईज ऑफ डूइंग बिजनेस दीपिका कहाँ से लाओगे? आप ला सकती हो, मम्मा किचन में बना सकती है. ईज ऑफ डूइंग बिजनेस कौन करेगा? निर्मला ताई करेंगी ना. जब निर्मला ताई करेंगी तो निर्मला ताई विल डू इट एज गवर्नमेंट पॉलिसी, नो है ना. अब श्रीलंका डजंट हैव ईज ऑफ डूइंग बिजनेस. Sri doesn't have ease of doing business. So my friend said that I just asked him, like sometime I said, like my son's vacation are there. Where can I go for vacation? Is it anywhere? I said coastal location. तो श्रीलंका चला जा. ऐसे चला तो जाऊंगा, वापस कैसे आऊंगा? इसे ना दोस्तों कहने की बात है सर. Everything is working over there. I said क्यों भेज रहा है? अगर नहीं चल रहा होगा मैं तो बैठ गया ना उधर. True or not? Why would I take risk? So the government policy is such. The government is not clear. कल तक they were allowing that Chinese fellow to come over there and dock. And today they are saying नहीं कर रहे, कोई भरोसा नहीं कब पलट जाएगा. Yes or no? अभी तो वो दोस्त कह रहा है. रिमेंबर श्रीलंका सिंह अपने दोस्त के लिए हम कुछ भी करेंगे. आज मिल रहा है उधर चाइनीज डिप्लोमेट. इनसे दोस्त तो ठीक है. व्हाट अबाउट 10% ऑफ द लेंडिंग दैट यू हैव, उसका क्या करोगे? दोस्ती निभाओगे या कर्जा चुकाओगे? फिर क्या करेगा? चाइना हैज इट्स ओन वेज, नो. सो एनीवेज अगेन लेट्स नॉट डिट्रैक्ट, बट प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड आपके जो पॉइंट्स आ रहे हैं ना, व्हाटएवर यू आर लुकिंग एट, लुक एट दिस. अब देखो पुनीत फिर लेकर आए, मानेगा नहीं. ग्लोबलाइजेशन में लिबरलाइजेशन इंक्लूड नहीं होगा. तो सब लोगों ने पुनीत देख लिया है, तो बहुत जानते भाई. तोड़ू पुनीत भाई. ठीक है, ताली बजाई किसी ने, और कोई कर दो यार, है ना. मैंने भी देखा तो नहीं है, पुनीत नए आए हैं, हो सकता है 2-4 कोचिंग कर ली हो, तो बहुत सही चल रहा है. एक बात को 100 तरीकों से बोलना सीखें, उसी में फंसते हैं हम लोग. फिर हमारे पास एक ही पॉइंट होता है, मुझे 100 तरह से करते हैं. सबने ताली बजा दी है. ग्लोबलाइजेशन एंड लिबरलाइजेशन बेटा साथ में आ जाएगा. ठीक है. अब पुनीत नया पॉइंट बताता हूँ. नया पॉइंट होता कैसे? नया पॉइंट होता बेटा देखो, वैसे तो तुम्हारे मास्टर जी ने बताया होगा, लेकिन तुमको याद नहीं आ रहा, मैं बताता हूँ. 16 is what? 16 is agglomeration. कोई क्वेश्चन है? पुनीत कह रहा आपने नहीं लिखा था इसलिए बता दिया. पुनीत तब से मेरी बात सुन रहे हो? डायरेक्टली इनडायरेक्टली ग्लोबलाइजेशन के साथ लिबरलाइजेशन जुड़ा हुआ है, समझ रहे हो? आर यू गेटिंग इट? जो आप कह रहे हो सर आपने नहीं लिखा, मैंने बहुत सारी चीजें नहीं लिखी. अभी किसी ने कहा ना ईज ऑफ डूइंग बिजनेस, मैंने नहीं लिखा बच्चे, मैंने नहीं लिखा है. बट डिड आई टेल दैट स्टूडेंट टू कंसीडर कि बेटा कंसीडर करिए ईज ऑफ डूइंग बिजनेस कहाँ आएगा, ठीक नहीं? आपने नहीं लिखा था इसलिए मैंने बता दिया. मैं तो कह रहा हूँ मेरा ज्ञान बढ़ गया भाई. मैं नोट्स बना, एक मिनट भाई मैं भी नोट्स बना लेता हूँ. पुनीत ने बता दिया मुझे लिबरलाइजेशन, एकदम मोक्ष मिल गया. मास्टर जी इतने सालों से नहीं ढूंढ पाए. हाँ, अब कर ले. I'm just saying that whatever you are saying, your points will fall under these broad headings. The words may not be there, but that's that. बाकी maturity आपकी श्रद्धा है, लेना ले, नहीं लेना कोई बात नहीं, ठीक है? स्नेहा करिए अगली क्लास में भूलना मत. नहीं नहीं बिल्कुल नहीं भूलूंगा मैं स्नेहा, ध्यान रखूंगा. पहले लिबरलाइजेशन लिखूंगा. एग्लोमरेशन, एवरीवन आर वी अंडरस्टैंडिंग एग्लोमरेशन? सो एग्लोमरेशन क्या होता है? दिस इज द कोर इंडस्ट्री. कोर इंडस्ट्री के पास associated industries will come, they will try to cluster. Why? क्यों करेंगे? I can give you an example. Do you go to malls? Malls में एक food court होता है. Have you seen food court? All the food shops, all the brands at one place. Do they have any advantage of being at one place? Do they have any advantage of being at one place? सर एक ही जगह पे पूरी मार्केट है. Most people will come over there. Yes or no? Cost will. Your market is available. Yes or no? उसके बाद क्या है? आपका जो रॉ मटेरियल आ रहा है, सपोज वेजिटेबल्स आर कमिंग, तो चारों के लिए एक ही आ सकता है. अगर 4 ईटिंग जॉइंट्स हैं वो अपना अपना सेम कर सकता है. True or not? इसी में अगर these 4 shops or outlets were spread out, would it have been difficult or not? So agglomeration ये करता है. Associated industries, if they come together, they will enjoy the scales of economy. ठीक है? But sometimes you will find too many industries coming in. एक ही जगह पर बहुत सारे खाने के वो हो जाए, then there is a chance that you are a new fellow. There is a chance that you are a new fellow. आपको कोई ट्राई नहीं करेगा. Possible? Or maybe you are an established fellow and people say आज मैं नया ट्राई करता हूँ, आपको ट्राई नहीं करेगा. That's also there. अगर too much congestion हो जाए, that's not desirable. The opposite of agglomeration is deglomeration. Is everyone okay? So when we have industries, when we have polluting industries, then what happens is at times the regulators say that we will not allow more than 4 industries in this given area. Why? Because if there are too much of them, they will cause real huge irreversible damage on that ecosystem. So to avoid that, we can go for deglomeration. Okay. Another one which I can tell you, एक और example of deglomeration देता हूँ. So one of the largest plants, Maruti plants, is in Manesar. Manesar is in Haryana. It is one of the largest plants of Maruti. Now what happened is the plant became so big that people apart from the job, they started going into politics and making that union, and unions had fight also. So what happened? Industrial unrest started. Do you understand what is the meaning of industrial unrest? It is a part of the syllabus. I'm talking about that. It's not that I moved from here. I'm saying if I want to avoid industrial unrest, can I break down the industry into some parts? Possible? Does everyone understand what is agglomeration and what is deglomeration, and can it cause your industries to fluctuate? Okay. And can government and everyone please understand? Again, I'm saying, like I was talking to this thing, ye points ko don't just go by that word. Can I also say that it is not one factor at a time? It is multiple factors. Can I say that? It is not one factor at a time, it is multiple factors. Can I say that there are physical geography factors as well as human geography factors which largely determine the location of an industry? Remember, we are geography students. We are going to write an answer. Answer should be spatial, answer should be geographical. So how would I look at this answer? I would look at this answer from this perspective. Is everyone okay? I would look at this answer from this perspective. समझ में? No. You understood this? How long has been your association with geography? कब से आप geography जानते हो? ये मोहब्बत कितनी पुरानी है geography की? So 2 months. I just started 2 months ago. So 10 classes. So स्कूल में क्या था? स्कूल वाला तो भूल गए आकृति. वो देखो पूर्वी बचपन से कर रहे हैं. बचपन से कर रहे पूर्वी में आंसर पूछता हूँ आपको पता नहीं चलता है. You don't answer much. स्कूल वाला तो अभी नहीं कहेंगे. जो अभी वाला rigorous geography. Aarti says 33 classes. Somebody said 4 months. Perfect. Now you people, just by this 4 to 6 months knowledge, have come to factors. तुम्हारी बात मानी जाए? Yes or no? A teenage boy wants a world like, in a way, and a seasoned politician, a seasoned policy maker wants a world in a different way. True or not? Both of them have their wants. But who do you think is in a better position to assess and judge and decide policy, A or B? A or B? B. So my students just gave me some factors. Some people fell in love with their factors. Sir, ये वाला factor please use करो, मेरा factor. Yes or no? I'm saying all your factors were amazing. Thank you. But if you want more marks in the answer, we should know who are these seasoned people. What are their views? इसे कहा जाता है geographical theories of industrial location. अगर इनका नाम आ जाए तो will our answer become important or not? Yes or no? हो सकता है. So इसमें आते हैं Alfred Weber and Walter Izard. Walter Izard. Is everyone okay? हमारे सिलेबस में कौन सा है? वेबर. तो हम क्या यूज करेंगे? We will use Weber. Where do we read it? We read it in paper 1. We read it in paper 1. But we will use it in paper 2. Now you people are intelligent. आपको factors पता है? Do you know what are the factors? My intelligent students have given me these factors. True. Now I want to go a little further. Let us look at the theories given by other people. Question of cost and revenue was studied separately by two scholars, Weber and Losch's maximum revenue. Weber का ही कहना सर, आपने तो Izard कहा था, Weber and Izard यहाँ लगा लो, ठीक है? Weber's assumption was that demand is uniform. Demand is uniform, price is same everywhere. So what is there? We must look at. अगर मुझे मिलना है ₹100 per unit. ओके, एवरीवन, फ्रेंडशिप डे था कल था फ्रेंडशिप डे. कुछ लोगों ने पैसा इन्वेस्ट किया होगा, ट्रू और नॉट? सो अ कार्ड, फ्रेंडशिप डे कार्ड इज कमिंग एट ₹100 per unit. Get it? You are a card seller. You are a card seller. Get it? You know that the maximum the price they will pay is ₹100 per card. and you want maximum profit, तो क्या करोगे? You want the cost to be minimum. You want the cost to be minimum. So if one vendor is giving you the card for 40 rupees, other vendor is giving you card for 30 rupees plus 7 rupee transportation cost. This fellow says I will drop it at your shop 40 rupees. This fellow says 30 rupees, you arrange for your transportation 7 rupees. Which one will you go for, A or B? You will go for B because your profit is maximum. किस वजह से profit maximum हुआ? Least cost. You cut on the cost. Loss on the other hand says that the cost is same everywhere. Cost cannot be changed. Cost is 40 rupees per unit. So the industry located where demand is maximum. So आप अपना कार्ड का शोरूम कहाँ पे खोलोगे? फ्रेंडशिप डे का कार्ड बेचना है, कहाँ पे खोलोगे? One is near college. Second is near place of worship. जल्दी बताओ. सर कॉलेज के पास खोलूंगा? Yes, where demand is more. But here the rent is high. Here the rent is high. इधर rent कम है. तो क्या है? So that's okay. I know the cost of production. I will find out the cost of production. इधर rent कम है, but you know that उतना transport हो जाएगा. So I will look at where maximum profit होगा. Revenue कहाँ generate हो सकता है? True or not? True. Makes sense. Are both the ideas correct? Are both the ideas correct? No. But near the place of worship, the rent is low. I am not interested in cutting my cost. No. I'm interested लोग आने चाहिए. Yes. Now immediately after this, I want to say आपको पूजा का सामान बेचना है. You want to sell material for पूजा अर्चना whatever. वो टेम्पल पे खोलोगे तब कॉलेज के उधर क्यों खोलो? कॉलेज के बाद तुम नारियल और चुन्नी बेच रहे हो, कुछ नहीं होना. रेयर एक आध लोग शादी करेंगे जोश में आके कि चलो शादी कर लेते हैं यहीं पे. कॉलेज के बाहर तुम सिंदूर बेच रहे हो, तुम्हारा कुछ नहीं हो पाएगा. एक आदमी होगा उसके बाद जो उनके पीछे जनता मारेगी, तुम भी पिटोगे. तुमने दिए थे माला, चलो इसे भी पकड़ लो. तो कॉलेज के पास ही शादी ब्याह का सामान मत रखना. ट्रू. हवन कीर्तन का सामान उधर. So that's what they are saying. Can everyone understand the logic of opening your shop in a food court which is very costly? Top brand food court में आप पहुंच गए. The rent is very high. Still they are there. Why? They are playing on maximum revenues. They are not playing on cutting cost. Oh, they're full touch रखेगा. The best of the waiter, the best of the service, and everything will be best because the rate will be best, and they would want to attract you on that. Is everyone okay? अब ये तो आप दोनों ने नहीं सोचा था, किसी ने भी नहीं सोचा था. Did you think like this? Did you think like this when I was talking to you? आपको तो पॉइंट्स में आपको मोहब्बत होगी कि नहीं मेरे पॉइंट्स है, ऐसा सर आपने वर्ड नहीं लिखा ये वो. ठीक है. I'm just saying I'm looking at that. So what were you doing? You were thinking like a generalist. These people are specialists. Economists हैं ये. So please don't be offended if I say your points are. ठीक है, इतना एक्साइट मत हो. इतना एक्साइट नहीं होना चाहिए. आपको पॉइंट बता दिया. Are there people who are smarter than us? If in my answer I bring a mention of these people, if in my answer of location of cotton textile in India, if I bring in this idea, will my answer look more special, more mature? Choice आपकी. Choice is yours. You can stick to it. जो आपके general mind आपका कह रहा है वो आपकी मर्जी है. I just told you two things are to be kept in mind right in the beginning. Your answer should have maps and your answer should have these people. Yes or no? Least cost location, revenue maximization idea होगा या नहीं होगा? ठीक है. कुछ और ideas देता हूँ आपको. Are you interested in some ideas? Or you are not interested? कि सर मुझे सब आता है. I know आपको बहुत कुछ आता है. And I'm so glad that you know so much. I'm so glad that you know so much. But can I say that let us add to it? तो Weber को हम यूज कर सकते हैं. Weber को. Can we also use? पूर्वी अभी थोड़ी देर में लिख देंगे. Weber को यूज कर रहे हैं. Can we also use Losch? और अगर नहीं करना हो ना तो सिर्फ ये लिखते ना least cost location. And this is about revenue maximization. Is everyone okay? Use these things. They will help you. अच्छा एक और चीज बताना चाहता हूँ. One more thing. There is this fellow. His name is Gunnar Myrdal. Heard of this name? This fellow says that development doesn't happen uniformly. We have to induce it. Do different areas have different potential by setting up some growth poles. कुछ जगह पर special areas में if we can set up growth poles. Let me give you an example. So this is Odisha. Odisha is backward. Jharkhand is backward after independence. Yes. Government decides ये ओडिशा चल रहा है, ये झारखंड चल रहा है, उधर वेस्ट बंगाल भी आएगा. ठीक है. And this is West Bengal. Government decides that why don't we see that there is iron in Singhbhum? Remember, there is coal in Damodar. Why don't we set up a Bokaro steel plant? But there is no money. Government said हम करेंगे. We will do that. कहता है. But there is issue of technology. Don't worry, we'll come in collaboration. We'll come in collaboration. So Russian collaboration के साथ हमने वो कर लिया. Yes. We also know कि यहाँ पर similar thing was done as राउरकेला और वेस्ट बंगाल में रानीगंज के आसपास दुर्गापुर, एंड इधर छत्तीसगढ़ में किया भिलाई. अंडर 5-year plans, अंडर 5-year plans, अंडर दैट डेवलपमेंट गवर्नमेंट ने कहा कि हम ये सेटअप करेंगे. If these are set up, growth poles are set up, will they become centers of development? Will they cause, first of all, the resources to be utilized in this area? When the resources are pulled into these areas, will they grow up and come as leading industrial centers? So pehle to sab kuch, they will suck everything. They will suck the labor, they will suck the resources, they will suck the energy, and then what will happen? Soon they will start radiating out development in this area. Yes or no? राउरकेला की वजह से other areas will also experience that. इसको मेडल ने कहा cumulative causation theory of development. हो सकता है पॉसिबल. ऐसी थ्योरी हमारे पास. तो हमने गुनार मेडल की बात की, हमने कहा ग्रोथ पोल का जो आइडिया ना, ये वैसे अगर हम देखें तो पेरू एंड बॉडविले ने दिया. और इधर क्यूमुलेटिव कॉजेशन में क्या कहते हैं? स्वॉश एंड बैकवॉश इफेक्ट. Now you don't have to get into that. You don't have to get into that. But क्या हमारे पास कुछ नाम आ गए? पेरू एंड बॉडविले, ग्रोथ पोल एंड ग्रोथ सेंटर. ठीक है. उसके बाद गुनार मेडल ने भी इनकी बात कर ली. एक है हमारे फ्रीडमैन. He talks about core and periphery model of development. Core, periphery model of development. First, core will develop, and the development will move out to the periphery. Similar ideas. I'm saying similar ideas. They are not industrial geography, but can we use them somewhere here and there to show the examiner that we are able to relate the question Indian industrialization to the theoretical roots of what paper 1 has given us? Possible? Okay. So if we are able to do that, I guess it gives us a very, very good grounding to answer questions on industrial geography. अभी industrial geography शुरू नहीं किया. Industry को कैसे powerful करना है, and I said this thing. Everyone, please, I am very, very happy that this you have done. This is your intellectual property. Congratulations. ये तो आप ही ने किया ना. What was I doing? I was just fine tuning it. I just said, don't repeat it यार. वो किसी तरह से आ गया. That point is already over there. Don't get stuck to your point कि सर वो जबरदस्ती करना. यही तो बोलो. True or not? That's what we are talking about. But can I say that we should not ignore the experts in this? So साथ में अगर हम experts भी डाल देंगे, will we be able to give a mature answer? Will we be able to earn the respect of the examiner in this? Everyone, are you getting my intention? My intention is this. My intention is simply this, nothing more than that. That I want my students to be mature. I want my students to have choices. They should not be stuck with कि मुझे ये points आते हैं और ये बात बताइए, ये काम जो भी हमने किया. Can this even a GS student do? GS as well as optional, both of them can do. But an optional student knows this also. He will be able to connect that. That is why it will be there. Is everyone okay? Weber का मॉडल मैं वैसे ही बता देता हूँ. Weber ने अपना मॉडल जो दिया था, this is proper industrial location model. In this what we are doing? In these we are connecting industry with development. So वो थोड़ा सा broad हो जाता है. I think this is more focused. They are more focused on industry, but these people are focused on development. Weber in 1909, basis of his studies in South Germany, he developed a normative deductive model. So these are jargons. Remember I told you technical jargon होना चाहिए आपके आंसर में. Normative deductive model. Normative means he is making a theory. Deductive means it is not based on empirical evidence. उसने जाके पहले चेक नहीं किया, सिर्फ एक आइडिया दिया. Logical reasoning से बना है. It is based on logical reasoning, which speaks partial truth, does not claim as universal application. तो इन्होंने क्या किया कि if there is a raw material, if there is a market, then where should industry be located? Where should industry be located? So he says this decision, location of the industry will depend on least transport cost. People who are new, just like this, don't have to worry about that. The biggest influence of a factor on the location of industry is the transport cost. Raw material or market ke baad you have to locate an industry. That is what he said. Then he said, however, once you have identified that location of least transport cost, that can shift, that can relocate to another point which has least labor cost or which has agglomeration benefits. Means cost cutting is there. Can you see that? So how many factors are there? As per Weber, how many factors are there? If raw material and market are decided, how many factors are there that control industrial location? 3. Transport, labor, and agglomeration. Is everyone okay? Now, do you see commonsensically commonsensically, you people have more factors than Weber. Do you also see that Weber's theory, as I use the word normative deductive means real world में apply नहीं होगी, possible, because it is based on some simple assumptions, mathematical calculations. He does not take into account government policy. Tell me today, government policy big thing or not? Somebody was saying ease of business, globalization, liberalization, big thing or not? Definitely big thing. Technology, big thing or not? He's not bothered about that. True. Skilled labor, cheap labor, नहीं आ रहा है. Labor का sorry उन्होंने डाला, labor का डाला, but not other things. Is everyone okay? This was just what I have done is before I start. So Kushi, many people don't know isotropic. No? Some people joined us from paper 2. इसलिए मैं उनके लिए repeat किया मैंने. People who joined us from paper 2 or somewhere, that one is you were able to think of your ideas. Experts have also given their theories. Weber's theory is based on 3 factors: transport, labor, and agglomeration only, whereas multiple factors are there. Everyone with me? So this was my second part of this lecture. First part was introducing you to the syllabus, introducing you to the previous years. Second part of the lecture is a very important component of our syllabus is spatial. We have to be spatial. And I'm going as per the syllabus. If you look at the syllabus, एक बहुत बड़ा part of our syllabus is this. Point 2. Location factors. Do you get that? So I'm not deviating from the syllabus. ये तो मैंने बोल दिया, तो general है ना, ये तो ऐसी बात कर लिया हमने. This is more important. Locational factors. I will give you history of cotton. वो चलेगा पुराना वो है, but वो पूछता नहीं. Locational factor. So before we go into individual industries, do we have our own understanding and do we have the expert support also? Then we get into these industries. Let's take a quick break. It is 16:40 right now. 16:47. Be back. Good evening, sir. I'm targeting 23. Should I join new course or start watching recorded sessions from paper 1? Harsh, there is a Telegram group over here. Please click on that. Go to the Telegram group. There is a pinned comment that will tell you everything. You will really thank me for that. So उसमें सब है, ठीक है? That is there. Anyone who's joining us new, I have a request. Please have a look at that. Thank you. I'll see you in. Now we have 41, so 5 minutes break है. 5 minutes के बाद जल्दी से आइए. Hi everyone, are we back? Chaliye. So has everyone made a note of the syllabus and the need for using the theories? And I don't want to bring in more theories because what happens is when we bring too many theories, no, and especially when the student is not equipped to that, then there can be some confusions. But can I expect all my students, if I use the name of Weber, if I use the word Weber, you'll be okay with it? If I use the word least cost location, if I use profit maximization, I say loss, are you okay with it? If I say spread effect or outward development effect, is it okay? Core, periphery, can I use that? Not only I'm inviting you also use that. When I say you also use that, my intention is कि आप भी तो अपना jargon develop कर रहे हो. Remember, some people said, sir, I've been reading geography since childhood. I'm sure you were not talking like this, no? So in optional, you should have that ability to talk. That's an invitation which we are talking about. Okay. Okay. Classification of industries. So industries are labor-based, large, medium scale, small scale. Yes, have you heard of MSME? Micro भी आ गया अब तो. MSME sector. Can I say मेरा area नहीं है, but I don't want my student to miss on that, no? ठीक है. Raw material wise, heavy industry, iron and steel. Light industry, it can be like car accessories. Light industry हो सकता है. Ownership wise, private sector, public sector, joint. Yes, cooperative. Remember, we have those food processing, especially when we are talking about cooperative milk processing and all that. Cooperatives are there, and multinational corporations also. But do we understand when we are talking about our syllabus as MNCs? So can we use that? Achha. Raw material. Where do we derive our raw material? Agro-based, mineral-based. What is agro-based? Sugarcane, sugar industry. Mineral-based, steel industry. Pastoral-based, cheese industry. Forest-based, timber, lumbering, furniture. And there can be miscellaneous also: village industry, cottage industry, consumer industry, ancillary, basic, capital intensive, labor intensive. Why this? Why this? Can we use that? Easy है, कुछ difficult नहीं है. Cottage के साथ कभी कभी household भी आ जाता है. Cottage and household industry. Cottage and household industry. So cottage and household हो जाता है where the house labor from a house only. You don't take from other people. That's also there. एक और मैंने word सुना है, आपने भी सुना होगा. Footloose industry. So generally we were looking at factors which are deciding which industry to go where. Certain industries have the flexibility to locate themselves here and there because those factors are not very strong. तो बहुत ही flexible industries होती है, तो उन्हें क्या बोलेंगे? Footloose industry. Do you get that? Watch industry बिल्कुल हो सकता है, watch industry होता है. So that's what we are talking about. So I'm sure many of you are reminded of that. तो क्या मैं आपसे request कर सकता हूँ कि NCERT class 12th part 2 से पढ़ा जा सकता है. Types of industries they tell you: primary, secondary, tertiary industries, quinary, quaternary, quinary, 5 तरह की industry भी बताएगा. And I'm sure you've read NCERT. And I just I just want to ensure one thing, that you are doing a diligent preparation. कोई कमी नहीं रह जाए आपकी language में. That is why I ensure मेरे साथ में NCERT जरूर कर लीजिए. My job to take it to the next level. But you should have done your NCERT. So everyone, can I give you a homework on NCERT for tonight? दे दें? Industry chapter की summary. Summary भी नहीं चाहिए, मुझे vocabulary चाहिए. Vocabulary and important definitions. हो सकता है? सर इससे क्या होगा homework करने से? You will use them. They will become a part of you. All the homeworks which I give, they are a part of the course. So please do that. अगर आप नए भी आए, आपको बहुत आता है, मैंने अभी देख लिया, बहुत ज्यादा आने में errors हो सकते हैं. So let's not be on that. Jargon देखना है. अगर कुछ नया मिलता है, what are primary, secondary, quinary, classification of industry, ये NCERT से support कर ले. Get it? With example हो सकता है. So that's what I'm looking at. Data वेटा सब NCERT का पुराना है. All the data of NCERT is old, so I'm not even asking for that. Industry chapter, jargon चाहिए मुझे. If any word comes which you feel yes, this can go in my answer, that is there. Now some of you will say, sir, please give a sample. अरे I want your own mind to work on that. No, what you think is important, आने दो उसको. ठीक है, मुझे सबमिट करो डायरेक्ट. पुनीत कह रहे, सॉरी सर, मैं आपको रिकॉर्डिंग क्लासेस में अटेंड करती हूँ. मैं आपको उस टाइम सही से नहीं सुना था क्योंकि मैं ट्यूशन पढ़ा रही थी. ओके, नो प्रॉब्लम बेटा, नो प्रॉब्लम. आप बढ़िया से अपनी तैयारी करो, अपने होमवर्क करो. इज एवरीवन ओके? ये समझ में आ गया होमवर्क? डोंट बी कंफ्यूज्ड इन दैट. आई डोंट वांट एनी डेटा. ऑल डेटा इज आउटडेटेड. ऑल डेटा इज आउटडेटेड. वो मेरा लेटेस्ट डेटा. आई टेल यू वेयर टू गेट इट फ्रॉम. ठीक है, एंड रिमेंबर, बहुत डेटा नहीं करना है, कॉन्सेप्ट होना चाहिए. इंडियन इंडस्ट्री कर लें, शुरू करते हैं. तो एक इंडस्ट्री से मैं स्टार्ट करना चाहता हूं. आयरन एंड स्टील से कर लूं. आयरन एंड स्टील. Is this a footloose industry? Yes or no? No, it is not a footloose. Is it a cottage household industry? No, it is not. Is it an agro-based industry? No, it is not. So when I say all these things, that means I am ruling out certain things कि ये industry वहां नहीं जा सकती. It doesn't have to do with forest. It doesn't have to do with a small thing. एक बड़ी चीज, बड़ा हाथी. Yes. Can I say this is a large scale industry? This is a labor intensive industry. This is a technology intensive industry. This is a capital intensive industry. This is heavily raw material based industry. And transport cost will have a role to play. And it is a lot of ancillary industries depend on it. A lot of ancillary industries depend on it. Ancillary, people who are new who don't know ancillary, dependent industries, associated industries, they depend on it. Everyone, do you see there is a need to bring Weber? हाँ सर, तो Weber apply हो रहा है इसमें तो. True or not? So the Weberian idea of industrial location, the Weberian idea of industrial location can very clearly be seen in the locationalization of iron and steel in India. Make sense? अगर ये लाइन में डालता हूँ, does it give me that? And you know about iron and steel, मैं थोड़ा सा फिर बताता हूँ. आयरन एंड स्टील की जब हम बात करते हैं, ये मैंने थोड़ा एग्जांपल ले लिया. आई नीड आयरन भाई, इसके बिना काम नहीं चलेगा. कोक क्या है? कोल है, हाई ग्रेड कोल, ठीक है, कुकिंग कोल. लाइमस्टोन, रिमेंबर मरीन सेडिमेंट से आता है, कैल्शियम कार्बोनेट. सो आई नीड अ मेटल, आई नीड अ एनर्जी, आई नीड व्हाट? आई नीड नॉन मेटल. और एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चीज रह गई यहाँ पर, वाटर. ये सब चाहिए. दीज आर द रॉ मटेरियल. And I also want to tell you, it is a weight losing industry. What do I mean by weight losing raw material? Everyone please pay attention. Weight losing raw material कौन सा होता है? I have wood and I make furniture out of it. Is there a lot of wastage? Is there a lot of wastage or not? तो सब wastage में जा रहा है. So all these things, iron, coking coal, limestone, manganese, and this thing water, they all will go in huge quantity and less steel will come out. So it is better that the industry goes to the raw material, because we don't want to transport the raw material, because raw material will be transported in bulk and we will get little amount of finished good. Why not produce it near the raw material and transport it? Do we get that? So there are types of iron. Pig iron requires more processing. Cast iron, wrought iron, steel, and variety of alloys. So this is just the vocabulary. As I told you, we are not scientists, but we must know that these words will be there. It uses large quantity of heavy, weight-losing raw material, such as iron ore, coking coal, limestone, on the basis of minimum cost of transportation. Can I say Weber's idea? It should be located near coalfield. Can I say Bokaro? Steel city of India, Bokaro, example of that. In iron ore mining area, can I say Bhilai and Rourkela? Yes. Or at place between coal and iron ore. Coal कहीं पर है, iron ore इधर है, हम बीच में आ गए. That is also possible. Coal is on one side, iron ore is on the other side. I am somewhere in the middle. Who is this? Jamshedpur. Isco. Priyank, you are okay, beta. Priyank, everything was about Chotanagpur Plateau. Chotanagpur Plateau is a good example of that. Okay? Is everyone okay? So did we get a case study also? ये case study भी होना चाहिए. When you are asked a question on locationalization of an industry, you should be knowing this. ये factors आपको आने चाहिए. अच्छा, UPSC wants to challenge us more. I want to tell you that this is very capital intensive, technology intensive. Now what is happening is we don't have the capital and technology to set a big plant. But all of us, we have a lot of waste iron. So what do you mean by waste iron? Well, things which are used. Say for example, there's a car after 10 years, a diesel car is to be scrapped. Yes, we have a scrap policy. They are to be scrapped. Where will that steel go? That will be scrapped. It will go in the scrap yard. Yes or no? Now can I use that? Reuse, recycle, reduce the wastage. Moment I use that, everyone, अब तो मेरा raw material का problem solve हो रहा है. And it is available even in the city. Waste iron scrap is available even in the city. It is there. But the problem is, setting up a steel plant is very, very costly. तो मैं क्या करता हूँ? Mini steel plant. I don't have all the functionality of a big steel plant. I will just specialize in छोटी-छोटी चीजें. Get that? Small little things. I'm not looking at iron sheets or iron, big bars. छोटे-छोटे ingots, iron ball bearings. I'm using that. So can mini steel plant be there? Do you get the reason and context of that? Sometimes the examiner will ask you the locational factors. Sometimes he will ask you the change in the locational factors. Now everyone, let me see. Do you make a smart guess or not? In agriculture, I gave you a case of change in locationalization factor of a crop. Let me see how many of you are able to catch it. If you attended my classes. Which crop? Sugarcane. Do we get that? So one question can be examine the sugar industry of India. Other can be the changes in sugar industry. Do we see the examiner has both the types of questions with it? अगर आप ये समझते हैं बहुत अच्छी बात. Broadly, did you understand? Broadly, did you understand about iron ore? But you will need content also. So content की बात करें हम. Raw material. Mostly large integrated steel plants are located close to raw material, as they use large quantity of heavy and weight losing. Example, Concentration of iron and steel in Chota Nagpur region. Presence of iron ore, Tisco, Jamshedpur. Is everyone okay? So raw material based industry and mostly the large integrated steel plants are there. Have I already given you a case study myself? Can you convert it into a map to get marks? Make sense? Iron and steel. Acha, why did I start with iron and steel? I could have started with fertilizer. Why did I start with iron and steel? I want to tell you, after industrial revolution, two industries that come. First to come. कौन सी होती है? Iron and steel. दूसरा, cotton textile. Now Britishers came to India. They said, let us bring that industrial aspect here also. Because remember, industry and industrial goods and services make our life easier. They make our life easier. So उनका यहाँ पे क्या सेटअप करना है? Iron and steel. Does India have resources? Yes, we have coal, we have iron ore, and we have water. बोला ये तो बन जाएगा, कोई टेंशन नहीं. ठीक है? किसके लिए बनेगा? Will it be for Indians? No, it is in general for everyone. Cotton textile. India has a huge tropical cotton production and huge cheap labor. They said amazing यार, यहाँ पे करवाओ, cotton की खेती करवाओ. And they were smart enough. They said, let us take this raw material, textile वहाँ बनवाएंगे. They were not interested in setting up textiles. Iron and steel तो कर दिया उन्होंने. Because they were making railroads and everything. Textile, they were not interested. They said, you produce cotton, we will produce textile at our own textile mills in Manchester. But it was the Indian entrepreneurs, pre-independence Indian entrepreneurs who were able to take it on. And also the rich tradition of weaving at home. Yes, sir? कढ़ाई बुनाई अपने उस पर होती थी. Add to it when the idea of Swadeshi came, Khadi movement took off and we were always there. So even before independence, अपना कपड़ा तो भाई हम खुद ही बुन के पहना करते थे. So that's one thing amazing that has been there. So though industry, why am I talking about this? Why did I give you this story? I gave you this story because the first topic of our syllabus is history of industrialization. So we knew metallurgy long ago. Indians को पता था मेटल कैसे बनाना है, मेटलर्जी तो था, बट उससे स्टील बनाना और स्टील के बाद उसको आगे ले जाना, that idea came from them. So this is very anti-national. सर हमें सब कुछ पहले पता था. हाँ, with all that, कि हमें सब कुछ पहले पता था. That's okay. Do we get that? No sir, आप genuine respect नहीं दिखा रहे हो. This is wrong. So एक बात बताओ. I am a thinker. I have amazing ideas. Get that? And from those ideas, I want to think more, and I want to expand the knowledge frontier. Do we get that? Now, I am a thinker. I have ideas. I put them to action. I create a product and use it and sell it. A and B. Okay. A is also doing something, B is also doing something. Which one do you think is better? I'm talking in context of India and the history. So everyone, you're talking about B. B is better. Perfect. I want to tell you, this is European philosophy. More materialistic. This is India. More non-materialistic. So when I talk about India, I'm not, like, as somebody said, sir, मैंने देखा 28% of the trade was from India. मेरे पास ऐसे कोई source नहीं. मेरे पास, I don't have these funny sources. But I'm very proud of India. That India had a knowledge culture. India had a wisdom culture. India was not about, gaining those material things. We were looking at solutions. We were having so many things. अगर वो था भी जहाँ पर हमें technology भी चाहिए तो वो भी था, but we did not excel in commodifying it. Is it a bad thing? Well, we could have commodified also. Europeans, on the other hand, whatever limited they had, in fact, they even borrowed many things from us also, but they were able to commodify it and sell it. Does that make them superior? I don't think so. But as most of you immediately said, sir, B is better. So can I say they were able to see it from a different perspective? They were able to put more science to technology, and India was more into, getting to the roots of science. Do we get that? So I'm very proud of what I am, but unnecessarily saying कि हर चीज हम ही ने किया, technology पे भी किया. Yes, sir. That's that. But we had Pushpak Viman, sir, we had internet, we had, like this, everything we had. I'm saying the highest order. And I'm to saying, to the extent that our yogic science goes into spirituality also, so many things which are non-tangible. But ये लोग तो tangible थे ना? ये लोग तो tangible है. Remember some people in the class, they are counting minutes. Tangible. And there are some people who are looking at, like, yeah, I am becoming wiser. I am becoming more equipped to handle the examination. So सबका अपना अलग हो सकता है parameter. Can it be parameters or not? So that's what I'm saying. So when it comes to industry, I think India had a lot of science and scientific understanding of it. To what extent we were doing it in the modern industry sense? Well, definitely, like Britishers introduced a lot of things to us. And as I always believe, अगर आपके पास, like a lot of huge population, right? Such huge population, and a lot of income inequalities and all those things are there. Yes, income inequalities and all those things are there. And that knowledge differential was also there. So we were more, like, at times equipped with, surviving at that time where the Britishers had that excess. Remember, इन्होंने अपना surplus create कर लिया था और उस surplus से ही चले. सर वो 23% ना इवन रिटर्न इन स्पेक्ट्रम बुक। तो बच्चों स्पेक्ट्रम क्या है? स्पेक्ट्रम क्या है? कुंजी, नोट्स ही है ना, कुंजी है ना, ठीक है लिखा है, मैं तो मना ही नहीं कर रहा, तुम्हें रटना रटो, कोई टेंशन। सो मोदी जी कुछ यूएन में स्पीच दे रहे हैं, विल यू बोरो फ्रॉम स्पेक्ट्रम? आपको लगता है स्पेक्ट्रम से पढ़ के जाएंगे? आई हैव नो इश्यूज भाई। जैसे आपको करना है आप करिए। मैं सिर्फ ये कहना चाह रहा हूँ कि जो चीज सच है वो ये है कि इंडियन नॉलेज फ्रंटियर्स वर रियली एडवांस्ड, देयर इज नो डिनाइल टू दैट। बट अभी कहना कि उससे पहले हमने इंटरनेट बनाया था और फिर ये बनाया था वो बनाया था, दैट्स टेकिंग इट आउट ऑफ प्रोपोर्शंस। ठीक है, सो एवरीवन आ जाए रॉ मटेरियल पे। तो एक एग्जांपल हो गया मार्केट पे आते हैं, हैवी एंड बल्की टू ट्रांसपोर्ट दिस थिंग। सो यहाँ पर हमने क्या कर दिया, मिनी स्टील प्लांट चलेगा नियर बाय मार्केट। इट्स मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट टू ऑब्टेन मिनिमाइज ट्रांसपोर्टेशन एज मिनी स्टील प्लांट्स रिलाई ऑन स्क्रैप मटेरियल, दे आर मोस्टली प्रेजेंट इन महाराष्ट्र। जहाँ पे वेस्ट जनरेशन ज्यादा होगा पोर्ट पे। अच्छा एक और बात बताता हूँ, स्क्रैप इंडिया का नहीं होगा, हम दुनिया का कबाड़ी भी मंगा लेते हैं, वी कैन इंपोर्ट स्क्रैप। सो एवरीवन, डू यू अंडरस्टैंड दैट पोर्ट्स व्हिच कैन इंपोर्ट स्क्रैप, उनके पास भी एक पॉसिबिलिटी हो जाती है ऑफ सेटिंग अप मिनी स्टील प्लांट। डू यू सी अ ह्यूज प्रेशर इन चेन्नई आल्सो, ह्यूज पॉपुलेशन चेन्नई, मुंबई, यहाँ पे होंगे, हो सकते हैं, मेक सेंस। और अब तो रेलवे ट्रांसपोर्ट इज दैट, पोर्ट से रेलवे कर दिया मल्टी मोडल ट्रांसपोर्ट, दिल्ली में ले आओ। व्हेन यू हियर ऑफ दैट दिस थिंग कॉल्ड भूषण स्टील, वेयर यू नो लाइक वी इवन गॉट स्क्रैप व्हिच हैज एक्सप्लोसिव्स इन इट। इफ यू रिमेंबर, यू नो 5 years ago in a scrap yard in Bhushan Steel there were explosions. हमने मंगाया था scrap yard from you know some war torn country, उसके कचरे में जो है बॉम्ब्स भी आ गए। So that can also happen. ठीक है, so दो कारण से आता है, मुझे बहुत अच्छे दो लोकलाइजेशन फैक्टर मिले and these two are case studies also. As I said, you know, location based steel plant हमारे पास कौन सा, विशाखापट्टनम स्टील प्लांट, इट्स एन एक्सेलेंट इंपोर्ट एक्सपोर्ट। अच्छा चीप लेबर कहाँ पर है, वो छोटा नागपुर प्लेटू। छत्तीसगढ़ में रिमेंबर भिलाई स्टील प्लांट, आई हैव ऑलरेडी टोल्ड यू, राउरकेला स्टील प्लांट। एंड एवरीवन टेल मी, इट इज नॉट जस्ट चीप लेबर, कैन इट आल्सो बी यूज्ड फॉर पॉवर्टी एलिवेशन? आप सोचिए इंडस्ट्री के कितने बैकवर्ड फॉरवर्ड लिंकेजेस है। सी इंडस्ट्री नॉट जस्ट एज एन इंडस्ट्रियल लोकेशन बट एज एन इंस्ट्रूमेंट फॉर एनहांसिंग बोथ साइड्स। आपके जो रॉ मटेरियल है उसको भी करेगा, रीजनल डेवलपमेंट भी करेगा। हियर यू कैन टॉक अबाउट मिडल, इधर आएगा तो किसको लेकर आएंगे, मिडल का आइडिया, इधर क्या ले आएंगे, ग्रोथ पोल, ग्रोथ सेंटर का आइडिया। इज एवरीवन ओके? तो फिर कहां पे होंगे, मोस्ट ऑफ द स्टील प्लांट्स आर लोकेटेड इन झारखंड, वेस्ट बंगाल, ऑल these states are rich in this. The other raw materials needed for making iron and steel are manganese, limestone, dolomite. They are needed in small quantity and they can be transported, इनको transport कर लो। High grade hematite and magnetite is located in Jharkhand, Bihar, Odisha. Remember those shields I have already done with you, I told you that is there, we can have that. Coking coal is supplied from Jharia, Raniganj, Bokaro, Giridih, Korba, and we also import it. That is why you hear of Australia. ऑस्ट्रेलिया से कई बार आप देखते हैं that you've heard of the steel plant which the Adanis are developing, Carmichael coal mines in Australia. तो अच्छा कुकिंग कोल जब चाहिए होता है मेटलर्जिकल, we are looking at that also. We do import also. Flux grade limestone can be obtained from ओडिशा में भी है, रांची झारखंड में भी, जहां चाहिए वहां पर है अपने पास। Remember limestone, remember सतना, कटनी, रेवा, what are these regions? Marine transgression happened, no? Remember marine transgression? वहां पर बिल्कुल विंध्यास में आ जाएगा, एब्सोल्युटली ओके। सीमेंट फैक्ट्री के लिए भी काम करेगा लाइमस्टोन, एंड हियर आल्सो फ्लक्स इज आल्सो देयर। Since the raw material of this industry is heavy, steel plants are located in their proximity. The modern steel plants can use natural gas and electricity also. But definitely natural gas and electricity will be used in cities. जहाँ पे many steel plant कर रहे हैं. Is everyone okay? Question लिखो जल्दी से. Write a question. Write a question. Examine the spatial distribution trends of iron and steel industry in India. Iron and steel industry in India. From the discussion which we've had, can we write a good answer? Should we bring in Weber? Do you understand Weber क्यों लेकर आ रहे हैं? Will we bring Weber somewhere in the body or only in the intro and conclusion? Intro and conclusion only. वो लोग क्या हैं? They are just setting the tone of the answer. They are not the answer. Always remember. I have seen some people overdo it. Some people overdo this in a tendency to impress. In a tendency to impress the examiner, we will overdo it. And remember, we are looking for the core of the answer. Core of the answer क्या है? ये देखिए, आपको स्पेशल ट्रेंड देखने हैं तो आपके पास सारे ये हैं, रॉ मटेरियल से कैसे जुड़ा है, मार्केट से कैसे जुड़ा है, एग्जांपल्स भी हैं, दैट थिंग इज आल्सो गोइंग टू बी देयर एंड वी विल आल्सो टॉक अबाउट दिस। यार ये दिस इज द कोर ऑफ द आंसर, कोर ऑफ द आंसर, दैट इज ड्रेसिंग ऑफ द आंसर। बट आई वुड से नेवर राइट दिस आंसर लाइक दिस। अगर आप ये आंसर लिखने बैठ गए, if everyone please pay attention, if I ask you to copy this slide, how much time will you take? How much time will you take to copy everything on this slide? 6 minutes इसी में लग जाएगा। विशाल बोला 20 मिनट, विशाल ऐसे मत करना बच्चे, 5-6 मिनट में उतार दोगे। आंसर का टाइम कितना मिल रहा है? डू यू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाई सम पीपल आर नॉट एबल टू कंप्लीट द पेपर? दे राइट एवरीथिंग। तो फिर क्या करें? तो इंपॉर्टेंट है, स्पेशल ट्रेंड पूछा हमसे, हाँ ये है ना, कब काम आएगा, किस लिए सिखाया था? जॉब डन। प्राइवेट सेक्टर, एसआर, जेएसडब्ल्यू स्टील, विश्वेश्वरैया, ये पुराने, विश्वेश्वरैया सालम पुराने वाले हैं, विशाखापट्टनम पुराना है, भिलाई राउरकेला, और ये नए आए हैं टाटा स्टील। वैसे तो जमशेदपुर दर्जित है, इसमें प्राइवेट सेक्टर भी आप डाल सकते हो, ठीक है। क्या नहीं सर ये क्या होंगे? पोर्ट बेस्ड है, पोर्ट बेस्ड, अच्छा मैप है, बना लेंगे। कैन आई एक्सपेक्ट यू टू वन मेक इन योर नोट्स? ये तो आपको स्लाइड एक्सेसिबल होता है, मेक इन योर नोट्स। आई डेलिबरेटली ब्रॉट प्राइवेट सेक्टर आल्सो। चेंजिंग ट्रेंड है, कहां पर आ रहा है? जिंदल स्टील है, टाटा स्टील है, एसआर स्टील है, जेएसडब्ल्यू इस्पात है, पता होना चाहिए। जो इस बेल्ट में है दैट इज रॉ मटेरियल बेस्ड, एंड द वन व्हिच इज अवे फ्रॉम दिस बेल्ट दे आर जनरली पोर्ट बेस्ड। इज एवरीवन ओके? आयरन एंड स्टील इंडस्ट्रीज, ये तो इंडस्ट्री इन जनरल है। अब you want more marks, geography you've understood, you've given theory also, it is good to put a box item. I'm training you how to get marks. एक box item भी आना चाहिए where you will write status of steel industry. India is world's second largest producer of steel. Country is the second largest consumer of steel. India has manufactured around 100 metric ton of steel. China 1000 है, मतलब मजाक हो गया यार। Imagine. So जब हम बात करते हैं when we talk of make in India and all that, just be happy in India. China बहुत आगे निकला हुआ है। True or not? And the sad part is, China at times imports raw material from us and exports steel to us. Okay, so that's one thing which we need to work on. India's crude steel production rose nearly 18%. ये बढ़ा भी है 2021 और latest देखकर जा रहा हूँ, जब तक आप एग्जाम दे रहे हो, my data will be applicable. But that doesn't mean that you have a 20-year program कि आप जो है 2042 में लिख रहे हो, yes or no? Or probably you are making notes for your son. बेटे का जिम्मेदारी मेरी नहीं, ठीक है। In 2021, Japan produced 96 million ton. तो देखो जापान आज तक प्रोड्यूस कर रहा है नो रॉ मटेरियल। जापान इज इंडिया के बराबर चल रहा है, yes or no? US is producing 86 million ton. Russia is 76. So can you see the global players also? Latest global players I brought to you. So India, China, Japan, they are serious players. So when we are plotting something, say for example, examine the iron and steel industry in India in context of its global global presence. So वो भी हमारे पास होना चाहिए. That who are the leading producers? So जिनके पास iron ore है, and Japan is the only one. Japan is the only one. Can I say Japan is not a raw-based material industry example? If ever somebody asked you an example of a heavy industry which is not at raw material location internationally, is Japan. सब import पे किया उसने. And what are they heavy on? They are heavy on technology. They are heavy on efficiency. They are heavy on capital. That's what they are doing. उनका labor भी costly, and then you can see they are still producing. Steel being a deregulated sector, government does not set any annual targets. Government target नहीं करती है. Decision on quantity of steel is taken by individual companies based on commercial considerations. So मोटा steel industry में, everyone please pay attention. इस आंसर को जब आप लिख रहे होगे, आप लिख सकते हैं कोविड के टाइम में स्टील की डिमांड नीचे जाएगी, तो इंडस्ट्री प्रोडक्शन they will automatically cut it down or not? Yes. Are you hearing of recession these days? Global economy is slowing down, especially Russia-Ukraine war has further. So when this thing goes down, what will happen to the steel demand? Will it go down? Yes. Everyone, एक question में tweak करता हूँ. Examine the spatio-temporal trends of iron and steel in India. Smartly, do you get that? 2-3 points of the spatio-temporal trend. Will my data help you in that also? The question need not be always spatial. You can look at spatio-temporal trends. अच्छा, temporal में can we bring in global issues? Can we bring in global issues? In temporal, would you want to include mini steel plant? Would you want to call it deindustrialization? एक नया word दे रहा हूँ यहाँ पर, deindustrialization. ये भी बताऊंगा पहले, समझिए. So everyone, some people might say Sachin sir is not dictating. Well, there are ways of looking at things, but everything that I've said, I have first created this slide for you. I've created that ground for you. One is, somebody tells you how to win a match in Commonwealth Games, and other is a teacher comes to you, a guru comes to you and he says, "Chala ja, practice with me." Both are true. One is how to win a Commonwealth game medal, and other is the guru comes and says, "Chala ja, दौड़ेंगे भागेंगे बिल्लू, हाँ सर, अच्छा बुरा देखा जाए, मैप बना जल्दी से, bring the vocabulary." That's another way. I don't know which is the better way, but this is my way. I have seen this has brought really tremendous results, amazing results आते हैं. So I'm inviting you, be a partner to your own dream. अपना सपना पूरा करना है, एकदम उसमें पार्टनर बन जाइए. The more you are a partner in it, the more magic will happen. And I am saying this not only for me, any other class you are attending. दिल से करो यार, आपका सपना है, और सोच के देखो. You are in your 20s, I am in my 40s. You are in your 20s, I am in my 40s. The gap is 20 years. Everyone, is the audio video coming? Do I refresh or is it fine now? So my request to all of you is, whenever you are sitting to read things, things. Whenever you feel that should I do the homework or not, then I am talking about 20 years from now. Everyone, is it okay now? So I'm saying, I'm just requesting one thing, partner in your preparation. I'm on your side. I want you to be on your side at all times. So current का data भी मिल गया everyone. Do you have data? Do you have a map? Do you have logic? एक अच्छे आंसर के लिए क्या चाहिए? एक अच्छे आंसर के लिए आपके पास theoretical everyone, do you have all for this industry, iron and steel industry? Get that? Up. Let us look at the smartness of the examiner. Let us look at the smartness of the examiner, though that will happen half a way. So have you heard of Henry Ford? Yes. He brought in a revolution. He brought in a revolution in industry in US, particularly automobile industries. Get that? He says randomness हटाइए, remove the randomness and consolidate all industries at one place. Standardized procedures, mass production, concentrated effort, assembly line लगा दिया उसमें, और उसमें क्या कर दिया, humans are like machines. Humans को भी एकदम स्टैंडर्ड सब कर दिया. Is everyone okay? Revolution happened. उससे क्या हो गया, कार की कॉस्ट भी नीचे आ गई, प्रोडक्शन कॉस्ट नीचे चली गई, कार की अफोर्डेबिलिटी बढ़ गई. इन यूएस अफोर्डेबल कार्स वर अवेलेबल एंड लॉट ऑफ सेल्स वेंट. एंड रिमेंबर कौन सा वाला मॉडल है, कॉस्ट कटिंग या रेवेन्यू मैक्सिमाइजेशन? रेवेन्यू मैक्सिमाइजेशन हो गया. उन्होंने पहले सब कुछ स्टैंडर्डाइज किया, पहले स्टैंडर्डाइज किया, एवरीथिंग वाज स्टैंडर्डाइज. ही वाज नॉट इनटू कटिंग कॉस्ट, ही वाज इनटू स्टैंडर्डाइजिंग इट. स्टैंडर्डाइज, मास प्रोडक्शन, असेंबली लाइन करिए, सब कुछ हो गई, स्ट्रीमलाइन किया. उसके बाद जब अपने आप चीजें अपने आप कॉस्ट कम हो गई, कॉस्ट भी कम हो गया और सेल भी बढ़ गया, दोनों चीजें होंगी, बोथ थिंग्स. कॉस्ट आल्सो वेंट डाउन एंड रेवेन्यू मैक्सिमाइजेशन आल्सो हैपेंड, डबल एडवांटेज. ठीक है, अब मैं क्यों बात कर रहा हूं, व्हाई एम आई टॉकिंग अबाउट? ये बड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग एरिया है हमारा. व्हाट इज इट? दामोदर रिवर. और यहाँ पे सारा कोल बेल्ट है, रानीगंज, झरिया, गोड्डा, लालमटिया, यस, बोकारो, धनबाद, यस, ऑल दिस इज हैविंग कोल. अब इस कोल बेल्ट में आप शुरू तो कर लीजिए. हियर इन सिंहभूम आई टोल्ड यू आयरन इज देयर. कैसे ना, झारखंड में सदर्न पार्ट सिंहभूम आयरन इज देयर. तो आपने क्या किया, बोकारो में स्टील प्लांट खोल लिया, बोकारो स्टील प्लांट, स्टील सिटी बन गया. बट देन देयर आर मिनरल रिसोर्सेज नियर बाय आल्सो. नो, can the infrastructure, everyone, can the infrastructure which is created over here, can that infrastructure be used for other industries also? Yes. Can the trained labor which is being created over here, can they be used at other places? Can it become a center of labor, skilled labor production also? Yes. Now the finished products are being taken out from here in a very standardized manner. Can other things can also be taken out or not? तो जो हेनरी फोर्ड कर पाए थे, इंडस्ट्रियल रीजन बना दिया उसको पूरा का पूरा. Can it happen in these areas also? Possibility or not? I don't know whether you realized or not. In this debate, Tata Automobile is also in Jamshedpur near Disco. Tata अपना सब कुछ लेकर आएगा, आपके पास ऑटो है, एंसिलरी है, सब कुछ लेकर आओ, आएंगे. So same is Jamshedpur. Same thing applies at Jamshedpur. Aman wants to say growth center. Very good, Aman. Good, you are thinking in the right direction. वो भी आप सही सोच रहे हो. अब मुझे एक बात बताओ, एग्लोमरेशन आकृति, you are thinking right. If you are thinking Fordism, you are thinking right. अब मैं ये पढ़ना चाहता हूँ. Get that? And it says that when we are talking about industrial development, Bokaro steel plant is an example of an industrial complex. Explain. Now, this is not in the books. The examiner is smart. He wants the teacher to have a discussion with his students. यार वो कैसे इंडस्ट्रियल कॉम्प्लेक्स हो गया, उधर कोल है तो कोल रिलीज हो गया, थर्मल पावर प्लांट भी होंगे यहाँ पर. ये सुनो, थर्मल पावर प्लांट will also be there. अच्छा, दामोदर पर we have Damodar Valley Corporation, multi-purpose projects are also there. Yes. Entire Jharkhand is the mineral heartland of India. So industries, associated industries, industrial complexes, infrastructure, administration, everything is there. Aman is saying Methon Dam, Methon, Panchet, वो जितने भी डैम है वो तो हमने सीधा DVC लिख देना. Yes or no? Does this also tell us how industrial complex is created? From the question itself, we understand a steel plant can be there. In this, should we go for cumulative causation theory by Gunnar Middle? लिखना चाहिए. Should we write? Automatically your mind is, अच्छा ये तो ये वाला है. Now examiner is going to give you very beautiful hints through his questions. People who are able to get that hint, they will be writing amazing answers. They will get top scores. People who are going with those close minds that whatever my teachers have taught, whatever I've read from the books, वही किसी तरह से जाके छाप देना है, वो फंसेंगे तो क्या? Means दोबारा देंगे कोई दिक्कत नहीं. True. So they would know. Everyone will know. So I believe most people who give mains, they know. All of them know. ऐसा नहीं है कि उनको नहीं पता है. But who's able to extract? My intention in my courses is that each and every student who's listening to me, यार वो ability को लेकर जाओ. Topic तो आपको समझ में आएगी. I think we have talked a lot. And are the slides and the discussion enough to handle this? अगर enough है तो मैं एक challenge करना चाहूँगा आप लोगों को. Should I challenge you a bit? कर ले. Spread effect leading to growth, yes. Agglomeration भी आएगा, yes. So my challenge is that my first industry was iron and steel. My first industry was iron and steel, and iron and steel is a weight-losing industry. So its location is more governed by the raw material, except when they are mini steel plants. Is everyone with me? I want everyone to think about cotton textile. इधर मैं challenge कर रहा हूँ आपको cotton textile industry. इसके locationalizing factor बताइए. Take a sheet and write on that. Locationalizing factors of cotton textile industry. And as it is, I told you, we already have a history of this. And I also want to take example of two cities. If you can take, say for example, I was taking Jamshedpur and Bokhara for steel. So if I invite you, some people, if you don't know it, it's absolutely okay. My job to tell you. But will you do that? I've already talked about a revolution also in my agriculture class on cotton. If you remember, what was the name of that revolution? यार technology mission on cotton बनाया था. Thank you. Yes, it is white gold. Everyone. बेटा गोल्डन थ्रेड नहीं है, किसने लिखा है? दीपशिका. वैसे भी सिल्वर, अगर थ्रेड ले लो तो सिल्वर थ्रेड है, कि गोल्डन थ्रेड तो जूट को मिल गया था. Yes, और थ्रेड नहीं था, फाइबर था. So whatever the mistake is there, that's not a problem. But I'm just saying, do you see that while I'm talking to you, there are connections from the past and present. This is what the challenge of UPSC is. So मुझे लगता है कि cotton textile जो है, cotton textile, for that matter, many textile. It can also be woolen, silk, jute fiber. India has a tradition. India has this as a traditional industry. True or not? I'm sure Britishers did not come to tell us to कैसे silk साड़ी बनानी. Yes, Britishers did not teach us jute का काम. Jute is a tropical crop. They did not even know. वो तो बंगाल में आके तो उनको jute पता चला. ठीक है, woolen में हम लोग अपना woolen बना रहे थे. Yes, we were not looking at Britishers coming and telling us. वो सब चीजें वो हमारा है. So I would say that there was traditional either household industry or local cooperative industries which were working. But the modern sense of industry, when it comes with the Britishers, and they are looking at raw material. And traditional raw material region has always been the black soil region. So Maharashtra was always a place. Is everyone okay? Maharashtra has Mumbai also. Mumbai is a port. Maharashtra has Mumbai. Mumbai is a port. Mumbai is a port. So what will happen? Amazing thing. Lot of supply of raw material is tick mark. दबा के यूज करेंगे. अच्छा, if you remember, I also told you good quality long staple. Long staple कहाँ पे मिलता था? पाकिस्तान, कराची. So हम अगर हमारे पास long staple नहीं है, so we can also import it. Yes. कहीं से भी आ जाएगा, इजिप्ट से आएगा, ईरान से आएगा. That's okay. We were in a trade, no? उससे पहले हमारा ancient silk route रहता ही था. Silk route पर भी हमारा trade था. Yes, silk भी था, and I told you muslin of Dhaka इतना fine कपड़ा हुआ करता था. वो सारी चीजें हमारे पास हमेशा थी. Now I want to add something. This is the pure raw material. Pure raw material. It is not weight losing. So if I use 10 bales of it, then the cloth that I get is also 10 bales. Sudhakar is asking long staple. Sudhakar beta, maybe you missed the class on agriculture. Staple is the quality of the cotton. Cotton का जो ball बनता है, इफ इट इज लॉन्ग स्टेपल अच्छी क्वालिटी है, मीडियम स्टेपल, शॉर्ट स्टेपल, और एक एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग भी होता है. इन द क्लास ऑन एग्रीकल्चर आई इवन गेव द मिलीमीटर्स, यू डोंट नीड इट, बट सिंस यू आस्क्ड इट आई होप यू गॉट योर आंसर. तो क्वालिटी पे बेटा, सो द बेटर क्वालिटी सिंस यू हैव द पोर्ट यू कैन कॉल फॉर दैट. ये हम क्या कर लेंगे, ये इंपोर्ट कर लेंगे. जैसे अभी हमने कोल की बात की थी ना, कोकिंग कोल इज अ गुड क्वालिटी कोल, सो इफ यू डोंट हैव इट वी विल हैव टू इंपोर्ट इट. दैट्स व्हाट वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट. Yes, Aman is saying Indian farmers 3 types mixed up. So हमारे पास उतना quality control हमने नहीं रखा है. That's one issue that we are looking at. So I want to bring something else. Let's not get caught into long table since Sudhakar asked. So I just explain that. I want to tell you that since it is not a weight losing industry, it need not be tied to raw material. Do you see a big difference? ये factor ऐसा नहीं है कि यही सबसे ज़्यादा important. Unlike iron ore. So it is our mind likes distinctions. So if we are able to say अच्छा ये वो वाला apply नहीं हो रहा है, no that's one thing. Second thing is climate. Generally, humid climate is preferable for the yarn and thread. जो बाद में धागा बनेगा ना, खादी जो धागा बना रहे हो, ड्राई में वो टूट जाएगा. Do we get that? So climate भी मिल रहा था. ये दो advantages हमें मिल गए मुंबई में. That is why the city that comes to my mind is Mumbai. Do we get that? So सिर्फ वही नहीं था, रॉ मटेरियल जो है, रॉ मटेरियल के साथ क्लाइमेट भी मिला, क्लाइमेट भी मिल गया. अब क्या है, ये ब्रिटिश टाइम से ही दिस इज अ मार्केट. अपना भी पॉपुलेशन हाई है नहीं है? इज द पॉपुलेशन हाई? यस नो, दैट एरिया हैज ह्यूज पॉपुलेशन. अच्छा, पॉपुलेशन भी है यहां पर ब्रिटिश टाइम में ही, ब्रिटिश टाइम्स कैपिटल इन्वेस्टमेंट भी था. So both the things are available and raw materials are not tied. So will Mumbai become important or not? Sir, but labor चाहिए. This is labor intensive. So I needed labor also. Labor. Do I have a lot of labor in the hinterland? Okay, Rishabh, let me tell you why. So Rishabh, the question is, sir, why is it not tied to the raw material, even if it is not weight losing? So Rishabh, consider this, that if my classes were happening only in Delhi physical classroom, then if you wanted to be my student, Rishabh, there was only one way. You had to come to Delhi. Yes or no? You had to come to Delhi. So you were tied to Delhi if you wanted to attend my class. But now, since I'm teaching online, yes, you need a teacher in the class. You need still, I am teaching only. But is my availability now beyond Delhi? Is your attending the class tied to Delhi? अब raw material इतना weight losing था in iron ore that if you go away from that location, you will be wasting a lot of money on transporting raw material, and the finished product was little bit only. So weight losing industries have a tendency to weight losing raw material have a tendency to pull the industry towards them. इधर क्या है, अगर मुझे cotton का transport करना है, if I'm saying 10 kg of cotton, my cloth is also 10 kg. So I can transport either cotton or my cloth. So I need not establish myself on black soil region. I can straight away go and establish myself in Delhi, Kanpur. कर सकता हूँ कि नहीं कर सकता हूँ? In fact, I want to tell you, cotton textile industry will be surprised. एक बार चेक कर लो अपनी atlas में. Everyone, your atlas has got industry map. जल्दी से चेक करो. Please check your atlas. Open your atlas and map of industry, cotton textile. You will be surprised. Every big town in India has cotton textile industry. Every big town. Check करो. Everyone, please check. From north to south, everywhere. You'll be surprised. जैसे हमने कहा ना, iron and steel, cotton textile everywhere will be there. Do you understand what do I mean by not getting this thing? Cotton textile is vastly spread. Why? Because you don't have to set up the industry there itself. You can set it up anywhere. Cotton textile will take the same amount for transport also. We can store raw material and can make clothes according to the trend. Yes, absolutely okay. So even in Imphal, imagine. And Imphal people would want a kind of fashion. So agar socho everything is being produced in, just imagine everyone, everything is produced in Maharashtra. All the shirts and kurtas and kurtis are being sent to the showroom and it goes out of fashion. All the clothes, textile, bekar ho gaya na, nobody will buy them. Isn't it better to keep the cotton with you and when needed, produce the textile as per the changing in fashion? But I want to tell you, if you are supposed to, everyone, if you are supposed to use 100 ton of raw material to produce 1 ton of finished product, is it not wise to take the finished product or set the industry here at raw material so that you have to transport only 1 ton? Yes or no? That was happening in the case of iron ore, iron and steel. इतना टन लगाया, थोड़ा सा स्टील आ रहा था. But here what is happening? The amount of cotton and the amount of textile is the same. You want to transport, कोई भी transport करो, it's the same. ठीक है? अच्छा, मुझे एक बात बताओ, मुंबई में लेबर भी आ गया. मुंबई में और क्या आया? Labor from the hinterland, Maharashtra and all that hinterland, we had a lot of labor also coming. Yes, this area has energy. इधर coal भी है, HEP भी है. We have coal also and HEP also. Sneha is saying large local market. Sneha, that is my first point. Can you see British time में ही, British time itself? That is my first point. Already I've taken market, capital, all the things are there. I just wanted to bring a difference. I just wanted to bring a difference that compared to iron and steel, this industry is not tied that much to raw material. समझ में आ गया सबको? I told you दो चार बार दो इंडस्ट्री कर लोगे ना, you will understand the trend. अच्छा, कुछ रिसोर्सेज चाहिए. One resource is water is needed. Remember, कपड़े को डाई करते हैं, कपड़े को कलर में डालना है, डाई करना है, lot of treatment is needed, all that water is needed. So that should be there. And can I say Western Ghats, many rivers are going over there. Mumbai में भी river है. What is the name of the river? Meठी river is there or not? The river is there. ठीक है. अब I want to bring an interesting thing. ये तो हो गया मुंबई. Mumbai development is happening, and it is Mumbai is getting congested. Mumbai has many things. Here comes the Gujarati capital, and the Gujaratis say that in the Gujarat plain. Remember, this is the Gujarat plain. Let us do the same thing in Ahmedabad. River, माही, साबरमती, नर्मदा, ये सब कर सकते हैं. अहमदाबाद में क्या ले आए? कैपिटल ले आए. गुजराती कैपिटल कम्स. गुजराती भी क्या है? पारसी कैपिटल कम्स. कैपिटलिस्ट वैसे इधर करते. मेक सेंस. सेम थिंग, कॉटन इज अवेलेबल. कॉटन तो नो प्रॉब्लम. ब्लैक सॉइल. इज द लेबर आल्सो अवेलेबल? यस और नो? और एक और इंटरेस्टिंग थिंग बताता हूँ. यहाँ पर क्या है? एवरीथिंग. यहाँ पर पेट्रोकेमिकल है ना. हैव यू हर्ड ऑफ कोयाली, अंकलेश्वर, गांधार? इधर सब पेट्रोकेमिकल है. डू यू नो पेट्रोकेमिकल से क्या निकलता है? सिंथेटिक फाइबर, पॉलीमर. पॉलीमर से कौन सा कपड़ा बनता है? पॉलिएस्टर. सिंथेटिक फाइबर आल्सो, नेचुरल फाइबर आल्सो. दोनों काम करेगा. इंडस्ट्री डेवलप करेगी या नहीं करेगी? इज एवरीवन ओके? पोर्ट आपके पास है. कौन सा पोर्ट है? कांदला पोर्ट. ऑयल, कैपिटल, लेबर, एंड इज द क्लाइमेट स्टिल मॉइस्ट? क्लाइमेट इज मॉइस्ट और नॉट? ये सुनो. एनर्जी, पावर प्लांट, एचपीज लगे हुए, सब कुछ है इसमें. कोई दिक्कत? सो बन गया. तो कहां पर है आयरन? सॉरी, नॉट दिस. वेयर इज कॉटन इंडस्ट्री? अभी उसका आयरन एंड स्टील का केस स्टडी सबको समझ में आ गया? यू अंडरस्टूड केस स्टडी ऑफ आयरन एंड स्टील? नाउ डिड यू अंडरस्टैंड द केस स्टडी ऑफ? सो दो जगह हो गया, मुंबई एंड अहमदाबाद. नाउ द क्वेश्चन कम्स, चेंजिंग ट्रेंड्स. बिकॉज सचिन सर, अभी तो सर ने शो किया कि इट इज एवरीवेयर. सो इट केम इन पुणे आल्सो, इट केम इन नासिक आल्सो. यस, अहमदाबाद आ गया, बड़ौदा आ गया, सूरत भी आ गया. इन सब में तो हो गया. एवरीवेयर इट विल कम. ट्रू और नॉट? बट फनी थिंग हैपेंड व्हेन इट वेंट टू पंजाब. रिमेंबर, पंजाब वाज ऑलरेडी इनटू होजरी. And remember, there are 3 cotton regions in the country. This is cotton region, this is cotton region, and this is cotton region. Sir, how did it happen? I taught you in the agriculture, 3 belts are there. One is the Marathwada Vidarbha belt. There is the Tamil Nadu Andhra Pradesh belt also. So will the industry not grow here also? Yes or no? तो यहाँ पे बड़ा सेंटर क्या है? तिरुपुर, कोयम्बटूर. आएगा कि नहीं आएगा? बढ़िया सेंटर. अच्छा, टेल मी, यहाँ पे ऑलरेडी सिल्क साड़ियां थी कि नहीं? सिल्क इंडस्ट्री था ना. क्या है? कांजीवरम. यस, ये मैनचेस्टर ऑफ साउथ कह दिया इसको. मैनचेस्टर ऑफ साउथ, ऐसा सुना आपने? यस, सिल्क साड़ी है. कौन सी सिल्क साड़ी? जल्दी बताओ. यहाँ पे क्या मशहूर है? जल्दी बताओ. कांजीवरम, कांचीपुरम, सेम ही है. यस. और क्या क्या? और कहाँ की साड़ी है यहाँ पर? Silk industry was there. Either क्या, hosiery woolen industry is already there, and you have the cotton belt. Will that thing also happen? Varkala saying, or whatever I'm talking about. Everyone, do we see that a textile industry, textile complex will be created? I don't know whether you people are understanding or not. I am also telling you how complexes are being created. Industrial complex ऐसे बनते हैं, ठीक है? But एक interesting development होता है जब ये कानपुर भी पहुंचता है. It reaches कानपुर. कानपुर का जो cotton textile region है, ये कैसे बना? This is very clearly market oriented location. Very clearly market oriented location, and this had all transport facility. Remember, यहाँ से भी connected है, कोलकाता से भी connected है, मुंबई से भी connected है, and on the coast ये चेन्नई से भी connected है. True or not? So कानपुर को connectivity भी मिल जाती है, ठीक है? और आइडिया ये था कि यार इंडस्ट्री को सब जगह पे ले जाया जाए. So नॉर्दर्न प्लेन को, नॉर्थ इंडियन प्लेन को सर्व करने के लिए कानपुर वाज वन एरिया. एंड आई आल्सो वांट टू टेल यू, यहाँ पर आप देखेंगे ऑलरेडी जूट इंडस्ट्री थी. Was there a jute industry already over there? Cotton और चाहिए था, cotton यहाँ से आ गया. और कनेक्शन के बाद you had a port also कोलकाता. एक्सपोर्ट का भी पोटेंशियल. मेक सेंस? एवरीवन, You have a map in front of you. Do you see our discussion tells you how the map was made? ये map बना कैसे? What was in the mind of these people? How was this map made? Everyone with me on this? Are we clear? ये तो concept है, concept building. Do we get that? Can I say this also tells us how industrial complexes are created? But एक history भी होती है. Can I say that rather than dictating you history, can I give it in handouts? Cotton textile, one of the oldest industry. तब से 19th century तक till industrial revolution cotton cloth was being made, spinning technique हमने कहा ना हम चरखे पे बना रहे थे. 18th century power looms were developed. Today India, China, Japan are important. Indian textile is extremely varied. We have hand spun to even the textile sector. मिल में भी बनता है हमारे पास. The sector caters to wide range of segments. बहुत तगड़ा इसका potential है. You know, we have such a huge population and tropical country. We will always look at that. Yes sir. That's what we are talking about. Silk का everyone remember I said that I will be talking about silk also. खुशी आपको बताया बेटा रॉ मटेरियल हो चाहे कुछ हो आप समझ ही नहीं रहे. 10 kg ऑफ कॉटन ट्रांसपोर्ट कर लो या 10 kg ऑफ टेक्सटाइल ट्रांसपोर्ट कर लो, इट इज द सेम, ज्यादा कम नहीं होगा. आपने अगर महाराष्ट्र में कॉटन प्लांट लगाया, आपने यहाँ पे लगाया, मुंबई में लगाया, ठीक है, मुंबई से आप कानपुर लेकर गए, क्या लेकर जाओगे? आप टेक्सटाइल लेकर जाओगे, ठीक है, आप टेक्सटाइल ले जाओ या कॉटन ले जाओ, बोथ आर द सेम कॉस्ट. डू यू अंडरस्टैंड दैट खुशी? एक तो बहुत से लोग वेट लूजिंग ही नहीं समझ पा रहे. Then why are you saying कानपुर में ट्रांसपोर्ट कॉस्ट ज्यादा होगा? अरे जितना टेक्सटाइल का वेट है उतना ही कॉटन का, वो आपकी मर्जी. Either you take the ready-made to कानपुर and keep it, stock it, or you can take this thing. सारी जगह पर जो आपको दिखा रहा हूँ कि ये सारा कैसे सब जगह स्प्रेड हो गया है. So this has happened because of that. अच्छा, we were talking of silk. Remember sericulture in agriculture? So everyone please use this map. We have mulberry silk, tussar silk, eri silk, muga silk. Get that? Mulberry silk कहाँ पर है? Mulberry silk. Can you see most of it? South India. South India, most of it is there. इधर जो है थोड़ा बहुत. And silk is also very widespread, भाई. ओडिशा में भी है. We will see this Bihar, Jharkhand, Odisha, Chhattisgarh belt. This is special. Tussar silk belt. Do you get that? Tussar silk belt. Assam is the Muga silk belt. अगर वो नहीं कर सकते, पूरा नहीं बना सकते, can you say this one? एक बेल्ट ये, मलबरी, टसर and Muga. ठीक है. And some places we have, you can look at this, एक special variety जो हमारा थोड़ा scattered है यहाँ पर. What is this? Eri silk. ईटी के भी काम आता है. ज्योग्राफी में if you have looked at this, rest is okay. सर सिल्क यहाँ पर भी है, फिर बाकी सारे सिल्क है, but broadly if you want to show that will be there. So Mulberry is there in Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal also, Himachal Punjab, that's also there. Everyone with me? आप देखेंगे सिल्क का काम यहाँ पर हो रहा है, जम्मू एंड कश्मीर में एक सिल्क का काम हो रहा है, एक सिल्क का काम इधर हो रहा है, एक सिल्क का काम इधर हो रहा है. Silk industry should be there in your mind, cotton textile industry should be there in mind, and the factors should also be there in mind. और वुलन का डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन है. When we are talking about sheep, so woolen ka they are not going to ask you an industry per se, but still the location will show you. If the question comes on textile industry, please take this. और woolen में आप देखेंगे कि mostly woolen is in this belt. North की belt में ज्यादा है. क्यों? क्योंकि the temperatures are there. अब Gujaratis are into diversification. Gujarati industrial region is into diversification. इसी को बोलते हैं when you have the supply chain links, क्यों नहीं उसका benefit ले? Ancillary. And similarly the southern cluster. Do we get that? Have some common sense, it will work for you. India has a glorious tradition. Before Britishers, हम अपने हाथ से बना रहे थे. Muslin of Dhaka, चिंसी of मसूलीपट्टनम, calicos of this thing, and gold wrought cotton of बुरहानपुर, सूरत and वडोदरा. दुनिया में हमारी सुनवाई थी. But the conditions of hand woven textile was expensive, time consuming. So जैसे Britishers आए, they were able to flood the cheap industrialized units. उस वजह से हमारे कारीगर को प्रॉब्लम हो गई. Do we get that? Historical background, as I said, you know, first thing is about history, तो ये आप यूज कर सकते हैं. First successful mechanized textile was set up in Mumbai. आगे की स्टोरी मैंने बता दी. Everyone, if I remove the history, I said rather than dictating it, can we pick up from here? Initially, the industry flourished in Maharashtra and Gujarat because of favorable humid climate, but today humidity can be created artificially also. So कहाँ पे चला गया? कोयम्बटूर, कानपुर, चेन्नई, अहमदाबाद, मुंबई, कोलकाता, लुधियाना, पुडुचेरी, पानीपत, everything is there. Do we get that? Importance of textile industry, close linkage of textile with agriculture. So it brings prosperity to the agriculture also. Ancient culture and tradition of the country in terms of textile makes India's textile unique. So हम लोग culturally, traditionally unique है. These are important points which we can use. Industry is capable of producing wide variety of products. Huge diversification is there, and penetration of organized retail. हमारी अपनी इतनी market है. There is huge potential domestic and international market. Incomparable employment potential. It promotes buyer-driven value chain, where large retailers, marketers, branded manufacturers play a pivotal role. And as I told you, from a geographical point of view, it is an industry which can move around. Raw material is not tying it up. True. Strengths, abundant raw material. And remember, especially after the white gold revolution, we became the maximum acreage, second largest producer and exporters. Low cost labor, manpower, variety of cotton fibers, and now to even synthetic fibers. True. There is a huge value chain in operation. One of the largest exporters of yarn, धागा हम ही produce कर रहे हैं. Apparel industry is one of the largest foreign revenue collector. तो सुनते हैं ना आप, मेरा import export का काम है, ये बेच रहा होता है. Industry has large and diversified segments. Growing economy, potential domestic and international market, manufacturing flexibility is also there. Is everyone okay? 2 industries I've done today. I've also done the paradigm of it, and I plan to do 2 industries in my coming classes, 2-3 industries, and along with that, a new theme will come. This is how we plan to complete it in 3 classes. As I said, the frequency of the question from this area is a little less, but I don't want you to miss on that. So broad understanding should come. अब ये वाला जो टॉपिक है ना, challenges faced by textile and problems faced by iron and steel. Problems of steel. I did not talk about it, but is this important? Is this important or not? Yes or no तो मुझे पता नहीं. मेरे लिए important कहाँ से पता चलता है मुझे? How do I get to know important? PYQ, cotton industry, location, distribution, problem. Same thing. Same thing will come for any industry. They will ask us problems also. So everyone, from your cooler, can you locate the problems? मैंने तो दिया PYQ में. So NCERT से क्या करना है? NCERT से I need that vocabulary of industry chapter. Cooler से क्या देखेंगे? Problem. Problem में क्या होगा? लंबी कहानी होगी. Cooler is used to giving long कहानीस. Yes or no? Can you brainstorm with it? And have I given you the material also? मेरा material तो रहेगा साथ में. So I am saying that my material classes are enough to give you the content. But as I said, classes must be more than just dead content. Classes should be a lot of wisdom. Classes should be a lot of understanding and discussion. Is everyone okay? So ये आप बिल्कुल देख सकते हैं. Problems हमने लिख दिया. Steel companies are plagued with huge debt है. Coking coal नहीं मिलता. Input cost बहुत heavy होता जा रहा है. PSUs में है तो inefficient है. Heavy demand is there, but inferior quality products are cheap coming from China. Remember China कितना कर रहा है? 1000 metric ton. हम कितना कर रहे हैं? 100 metric ton. So those things are there. You can very well look at that. Thanks a lot. I would end the class. It's again gone to 3 hours. But as I said, I need to give you about the PYQs and the syllabus introduction. I hope you like the industry class and you don't have to mug up all those things. थोड़ा उसको साथ में जोड़ते जाएंगे and you will achieve the understanding. Thank you. Bye bye. See you tomorrow. Homework you can submit directly to me.